How good is that? Come on, Vic.
Oh, man.
You're with me?
I was standing until just now. I just now sat down.
That was a little long, but I said, fuck it.
Who cares, right?
That is Blackberry Smoke doing Rover by Led Zeppelin.
That's two good things put together.
Someone on Twitter turned me on to that song yesterday. I have played it 5 or 6 times. I'm like, yeah, man.
I love it when the country rocks. It's not really country in the first place to call them country, but they're hillbilly twang southern rock. That's just fucking really, really good combo.
They fucking crushed that song.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Well, you can't go when you put two amazing things together. You can hardly fuck it up.
Well, E-Rock doesn't like Led Zeppelin.
Well, E-Rock's stupid.
You think?
Yeah. Anybody's stupid that doesn't like Led Zeppelin.
I didn't grow up on Led Zeppelin.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up on a lot of things that I like now. So it's called growth.
Covers of their songs.
It's called growth in life.
It's not too late to discover Zeppelin.
Right, no kidding.
It passed me by.
I only keep coming here because we're trying to help Chris DiStefano learn some stuff.
Oh, forget it.
Musically.
Where's Chris been? He's in L.A. for a while? Maybe we'll call him. Let's get him on the phone and see how L.A.'s going.
But you're right. You do redeem yourself a little bit with the reference to the encomium. I think that's what it's called, the tribute record.
Yeah, and we were talking about tribute records as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
My favorite one was Stoned Immaculate. I couldn't remember the name of the CD. We both had Immaculate. You had it first.
But I messed it up and said Immaculate Collection, which I think is the Madonna box set.
Oh, really?
Which makes it extra bad. Or it's her greatest hits package or something like that. But that's,
and then I looked it up and went, oh, that's right, Stoned Immaculate.
Stoned Immaculate.
Damn.
The Hendrix one's great. The Sabbath, Nativity in Black.
I don't think I ever heard the Sabbath one.
It's fabulous.
Really?
It's goddamn. There's a Megadeth on there where like the drummer keeps playing at the end and Dave yells at him. He's yelling at him to stop.
Oh, really?
Because the rest of them have quit and he's just still banging on.
He just continues?
Yeah.
Blackberry Smoke does a lot of covers. Speaking of Black Sabbath, they have Fairies Wear Boots. There's a version of that on YouTube.
See, I'm gonna have to get out of work Friday, I think, and go to that. I'm supposed to work Friday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
No, you got to blow it off.
Yeah, I got
Blackberry Smoke is playing the Beacon Theater here in New York City.
I would be wrong.
They are coming in here on Friday to play 2 or 3 songs. I'm a very new fan of Blackberry Smoke, but I've been going back and listening to a lot of their stuff in the last couple of weeks, and I got to thank Florentine for that one.
Florentine's hardly ever. I mean, I don't disagree with Jim on a lot of things, especially music wise. But good God, if you can get Greg Allman on board Blackberry Smoke, then I'm on board. It's hard to you don't see him. It's hard to lure him out of the cave, the Bat Cave.
Well, Greg Allman is on 1 or 2 songs off the latest Blackberry Smoke record, Like an Arrow. But Florentine's like, you got to check out this Blackberry Smoke. And finally, when Like an Arrow came out, I downloaded that, and I've been playing that one to death.
I haven't played it as much as I've played the record company, but then I'm dedicating tomorrow to that. Tomorrow I will go to Blackberry Smoke Community College.
Oh, good. Very, very nice.
And get my stuff worked out.
And I believe tickets still available for Blackberry Smoke. That's crazy.
Sure.
They are crazy good.
Right.
And then I was in a loop with these guys, and I'm watching like just live performances by them, and they're unbelievable musicians.
I would think that the association with Warren Haynes and Government Mule should have sold out the Beacon. You know, Warren Haynes is the 18th almond, or the honorary almond, or whatever you want to call him.
Can't even call him an honorary anymore.
No, he's really,
he's been in the Allman Brothers for
oh God, forever.
I want to say 20 years maybe at this point.
At least. It seems like
they gotta knock off the honorary.
Well, I don't think he cares.
You're an Allman brother, my brother.
Okay. I would think he's happy to be there.
All right, let me give the slug here, slug line. Sirius XM Outlaw Country presents Blackberry Smoke with special guest Jesse Dayton at the Beacon Theater this Friday. Get tickets for up to 44% off.
Oh, that's a steal now.
Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Get tickets for up to 44% off using promo code SiriusXM at Ticketmaster.com. There's not many bands I'm really, really into these days. This is one of them, though. Although I probably won't be going.
Well, the only person I've ever had to call the boss is Jeremy Tepper, and Outlaw Country is his channel, and I love and see him in the hallway down here. So for anything, he's got kids.
Yeah.
Go help him somehow get a trickle down on this and get his daughter some braces. She's got a horrible smile. That's not true. It's an old joke. No, it's an old shitty joke.
Oh, okay.
No, it's what you used to if you were on on stage when the waitress would come by, you would always refer to her as pregnant and just off crack, and one of them's got bad teeth.
Yeah, okay.
So
it's not true.
I was not hammering Jerry Tepper's daughter.
But make sure you listen to this show on Friday, too, because they're going to perform 2 or 3 songs for us.
Right.
I'm excited, man.
I'm coming with a list of questions.
For Blackberry Smoke?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't even like asking the questions.
I know. I'll probably, whatever. But tomorrow, I'm going to spend a lot of time.
All right. I don't mind you asking a question or two, but I want to make sure they play.
I'm not going to bother them.
There are times you ask too many questions.
Sure.
Like, you know, that would have been another song, but they have to leave now.
All right.
No, I honestly don't care what you do with Blackberry Smoke. I hope you go, though, on Friday.
I do want to go.
Blackberry Smoke did a cover. Well, why don't we take this phone call right
wonderful.
here? Doug in North Carolina, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man.
Hey.
Love the show. Love the show. I just wanted to say, man, Blackberry Smoke, awesome band. They have got a awesome cover of Tom Petty's You Got Lucky. I don't know if you've seen it or not on YouTube, but it's pretty cool. They're in like a bar. It's acoustic. Very cool.
We got it up on the screen right now, so...
Yeah, man. It's awesome.
God, do we just play it?
You know,
is it the band is very cool, man. I love them.
Yeah.
I kind of found them like you did, kind of hearsay and looking at some things on YouTube and some other things. And man, I pull them up all the time, just like you do, and just listen.
Yeah, they seem very cool, very chill. Got a little Allman Brothers feel to them. Some of that Southern rock. They got a little Leonard Skinner feel to them at times. And then every once in a while, you feel like you're listening to maybe some 38 Special.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. The
Carlisi Boys.
The Carlisi Boys.
Or one of the Carlisis is I think there's a Carlisi and a Van Zandt in 38 Special. But Jeff Carlisi was.
I know there's a Van Zandt.
There was a Van Zandt, but Jeff Carlisi was the lead singer of 38 Special.
God,
I think.
I should know that.
You know,
I didn't know that. All right, Doug, I'm going to check that song out later. Thank you, buddy.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Love you guys.
Thanks, bud.
I would sit here and play music all day long and not talk if we could get away with it. I would let people call in just like that and refer us here and there, and we could pretend like we're YouTube and suggest different things and have a long trailing.
Yes, I want to do a sideshow where you get just a bunch of people from very different walks of life. By the way,
certainly,
because I don't want it to be one genre, and you just go around the room like trying to turn each other onto songs.
All you got to do is be able to explain how you're connecting it. It can be a big, long, elaborate explanation. Well, you want some little, for the banter in between, you would want some little explanation of why this reminded you of this. And it could be because they both had the word lemon in it, or because it could be the same genre or songwriter or whatever.
Boo. How about...
You don't like my game?
How about this? Like, you play a song, and then I go, yeah, that was good, but I want...
That's a simpler version.
But let me play this for you now.
Okay.
Yeah, simpler version.
All right.
And then maybe we could do themes if the show gets off the ground. Tonight we're only doing songs about trees.
I don't mean themes. I'm just saying have a weird...
I say themes now. Now I'm going themes. Now I'm going themes on
you. Want to go themes?
Yes. Let's, the theme tonight is trees.
And yet, or you have to guess. It's an unknown. You just play a bunch of songs and then people call in and guess the theme.
Well, that's an old
trick.
That's an old radio
1,000 years ago. Right,
God, what a nightmare. Now you bring me back to my music jock days.
Sure. I used to like, when I was like 12 or 13, that was my favorite thing. You can't go outside in Alabama if it's raining.
Oh, you would try to figure out the...
So I'd sit there and go, it's noon. They're going to play the songs, and I'll get to guess what the theme is.
And you actually would try to guess the theme?
That was a favorite thing of mine to do. And then when you had the live request call-in lunch show, I would always try to call in as a young teenager and try to request the weird song that I knew the DJ would actually like and always play.
But did he actually play your songs?
I had a really high batting average. You know, if I had to look something up that I'd never heard of, I would go to the goddamn encyclopedia to try to find one just to work my way into the noonday lunch rotation.
Yeah, but request hours are bullshit.
In
general.
I'm telling you.
But if you're saying that you got your songs on the radio, congratulations.
Well, it's WDNG in Alabama, so there's only 19 people.
I'm trying to remember what the bit was. It's like, okay, listen to the next 3 songs and tell me what they have in common.
That's what it was.
But they had some weird name for the actual
for
the actual bit itself.
Yes. Right. They had a weird name for my Noonday Request Live show, too, but I can't think of that one either.
Yeah. Oh, I could give you some.
But it was.
I could give you some. I mean, the famous one is 2 for Tuesday.
Right.
And, of course, there's Get the Let Out. And, of course, Mandatory Metallica. Then we did something called the 4-Play Weekend, where the fourth cut is always live.
Ooh! Did you come up with that? Was that your little spin on the 4-Play?
I officially did not come up with that, but I was at a radio station that came up with that. And then, like I put good idea in quotes here. It's stolen by a whole bunch of other stations, but I know for a fact that it started up in Rochester at a station called WCMF.
Brother Weiss.
The 4-Play Weekend, where the fourth track is always live, where the fourth cut is always live.
Brother Weiss, that's Brother Weiss.
Yeah, but he was the guy that got to talk. He didn't have to play the stupid music. I was just a newcomer, so I had to play all the stupid music.
What about on Labor Day, where they would play for 3 days the 100 greatest rock songs ever, counting down to number one? Speaking of Zeppelin, where Stairway to Heaven was always number one. Nothing ever beat it out.
But then we got the great idea to make Stairway to Heaven second.
you and who?
Just at that radio.
Okay,
I wasn't making decisions. I'm just saying the station
where
I worked at.
I don't care. Take credit for it.
Oh, but trust me, I was the one that was pushing the button.
No, beat Bill Clinton. Take credit for everything on your watch. If you happen to be standing there, that's the luxury of the presidents.
The second greatest song of all time, and then Stairway to Heaven would start up, and then
everybody get mad.
The phones would light up. What are you kidding me? And then you'd make Freebird number one that year.
Oh, my least favorite Skinner
And then there'd be chatter all over town, like, can you believe what they did? Oh, my God. Stairway to Heaven came in second this year. Yuck.
I love it. That's funny.
And then I was at a crossroads. I'm like, you know what?
You're describing what I was doing between like 5th grade and 9th grade, basically. I was listening to all that.
I actually told myself to be nice today. And then I was about to be mean. Can I be mean even though I said I was going to be nice?
You were too mean to the fat girls yesterday, so.
Which fat girls?
Well, the model, the plus size model.
We're getting tweets. How could you?
Are people on you?
Well, I mean, here it is right here. Stratton604 on the Twitter. I just read this just before we pushed play on Blackberry Smoke doing Rover. I don't know how you guys bash Ashley Graham. She is a smoke show. You guys are insane. She's got a beautiful face, but the body's huge.
Well, for you, all you're telling us is what you like.
Yeah, of course. I'm not even saying don't like that.
Okay.
But look at how big those panties are. Wow, come on, man.
Like I said yesterday, I could care less. This makes no difference to me at all. I think it's wonderful that you got that message that somebody thinks, why not? Everybody, she's got a career. Who gives a shit?
Hey, Ashley, I think your sweater is on the bedpost. Oh, never mind. It's your panties.
It's your robe.
It's your robe. I was trying to think of, maybe the sweater isn't the best way to phrase that joke. Yeah, she's got a gorgeous face. She's got the nice big boobs, but that ass is huge, man.
To you.
Yes.
But there's a million people that might be going,
why can't
my God, this is a dream come true for me.
Right.
I'm so happy. Look at that. I'm so glad.
That's just dumb.
There could be somebody, though.
To me.
Yeah, to you.
Yeah, you make a very good point, because I'm not saying, if you're into it, you're into it. But I should be able to say, no fucking way.
If you don't like it, sure. I don't give a shit. Don't limit yourself. When it comes to women, why walk through the whole, have a 19. I wish the buffet never ended. Just fucking walk through it.
Just try.
Keep walking through it. If you look at something and want to try it, do. If you don't, don't. I don't care.
I mean, she's got.
What if she said something really sexy and smart to you? You don't get on that? You're just more of a...
I don't know.
What if you said something sexy and smart? What if somebody that you looked at... What if somebody you thought about forever, like, that's not me, I would never do that, and then you spent 30 minutes talking to them, and you were single, and all of a sudden you went, oh my God, I never thought I'd do this.
Right.
But I think she got me when she told that or she said that, or blah, blah, blah. You know?
I'd make sure we walked around the city after the sun went down. I'd at least give it a try. And then if things start going well, maybe I'd start walking around as the sun's setting. Okay. and then maybe, a few years go by and, I'll walk around in pure daylight with her. I'm just fucking around because that's going to piss people off.
I remember I had a girl that all my friends yelled at me for taking her to I went to a ball game with her. I got her in the stands with all my crew.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, and she's still there. I went out with her for a long time and only stopped going out with her because it got nutty and weird. She was possessive. It had nothing to do with that you had a big old and lovely ass.
Okay.
Right. But it was the first girl ever, and I was probably 20, 21. My friends were giving me shit about it for bringing her out in public. I'm like, fuck all of y'all. Yeah. You're goddamn stupid. She's smart and funny. Fuck you.
Did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you my big girl story?
No. There's only one.
There were a few. The Opster put up some numbers back in the day.
One third person.
So there were a few, and I didn't mind. In the end, I didn't mind, but I was brought up very, very strict. All right, it's kind of key to the story because then when I went to college, I was in Geneseo, very far from home, an 8-hour ride, more or less 7-8 hour ride. So I was a lunatic as a freshman, especially drinking and partying my ass off because I finally had freedom.
Sure.
So I don't know what my mom thought she was doing by being so strict at home. Because when it was time to, let our wings out,
everybody went crazy.
We flew.
Sure.
So I'm at the Rathskeller. Remember those Rathskellers?
Yes, they still exist on campuses today.
And I got so hammered, I was pretty much blind drunk. I was so fucked up. And I hooked up with this girl in front of everybody at the Rathskeller. But everyone was hooking up. It was we're 18. And I'm making out with this girl. And I'm noticing people kind of all staring, and I'm like, all right, yeah, look at me, I'm happening, right? And then they kept staring and staring, so I started getting like paranoid. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Why do they keep staring at me? And then I swear to you, enough time went by where I was starting to sober up a little bit and realized as the night went on that the girl I was making out with, I couldn't put my arms all the way around her. But at first, I thought I was making out with a supermodel. But then that was my first thing. I'm like, wait a minute. I can't even put my arms around her as we're making out here.
Yeah.
Make a long story short, it was a very big girl.
Well,
but it was lovely. It was lovely at the time.
My friend reminded me about 5 years ago, leaving the comic strip, and we walked across the street to have one more cocktail at like 2 a.m, and there were like, no kidding, 45 of these women were in there, a bunch of them.
Really?
And it was one of them's birthday, and it was like big girl birthday party, and there was one regular girl that was like 5'6", 110, 15 pounds,
right?
And she was madder than shit because no one was talking to her.
Really?
Every dude in the bar was chasing these women around.
Right.
And me and my buddy went over to the one regular girl and stood there and talked to her for 30 minutes. She's like, these fucking bitches. She was so mad. It was so funny. And we just stood in the corner and had a couple of cocktails with her and then went home.
And now you're making people mad by saying the regular girl was 5'6", 115 pounds.
I don't know. Compared to them.
Regular Vic Henley.
Comparatively speaking to them.
Of course.
Compared to a room full of between 5'10" and 6'5", yes.
A big boy, a big girl birthday party.
Yes.
Why were they all big?
I don't know. We were too scared to ask them. We were afraid they'd get mad at us or would think it was rude. So we just listened to the one that didn't look like the other, Sesame Street.
Was it like a chubby chaser club or something?
We considered that. We asked the bartender, but we literally, one of the guys with us started making out with one of them. So then we just switched over to laughing at him.
Really?
Oh,
that's funny.
Because he was dealing with what you were dealing with just now in your story, which is what reminded me of this story.
Oh, yeah.
He could not. He was trying to hug her and make out with her.
But I remember
he could not get it.
I remember the moment. I'm like, wait a minute, because now I'm starting to realize some things. I'm like, oh shit, So that's that. Ain't Left Much of Me is a great one from Blackberry Smoke. Okay. Opie is thinking of My 3 Songs.
Ooh, that's
did they call it My 3 Songs?
No, but that's
what a
really
horrible name. No. Oh my God, Scott, what a horrible name for that bit. We didn't call it My 3 Songs.
Hey, yo.
What's up, man?
Hey, good show. Yeah, down here in Virginia, I think they call it My 3 Songs.
Oh, God.
Fun as My 3 Sons,
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Hey, Vic, you ever listen to Skinner's Muscle Shoals album?
Ooh, I don't. Which one is that? Is it called that, the Muscle Shoals album?
The complete Muscle Shoals, Leonard Skinner.
Ooh, no, I'm not familiar. Again, I'm not a big. I like Skinner, but I'm more of an Allman Brothers, and I like Marshall Tucker as much as I like Skinner.
What about Give Me Back My Bullets?
Sure. Saturday Night Special is a gun control song by a hillbilly band. That's the greatest goddamn thing in the world.
It is a great song too. The Muscle Shoals documentary was terrific. I didn't know there was a Leonard Skinner.
I didn't know
Muscle
either.
Shoals
Thank
record.
you, Mr. Virginia Man.
What makes it so special, sir?
They got an original version of Simple Man, which is
that's a good one.
Different and everything.
Song. Yeah.
All right.
And a good song on there is One More Time, original version. It's a great, great tune.
Damn it! Now I gotta.
Maybe you can go out playing that or something.
I gotta check
Scroll
that
down
out
there,
now.
Paul. Let me read, because I thought I saw somewhere in there. Is there a Dylan cover on there, or did I read that too wrong? It looked like Serve Somebody was on there, but I'm wrong. I was looking at something else.
Okay, there's a lot of songs on this thing. Thanks, Scott. I'm gonna check that out. And now I want to play Simple Man. Thank you, buddy.
Have you seen The Mountain Men, that show?
No.
That Simple Man is the theme song. I think
really?
That's what it opens with. Yeah, these dudes are all over there. One's in Alaska, one's in North Carolina, one's in Maine, one's in Montana, and it's just these dudes that live out there off the land and do all these crazy jobs. It's a Discovery Channel. I think.
And what do they just check
channel.
on? They just check on each guy.
Yeah. You just rotate around and find out what Tom's doing this week. Eustace has a load of wood to bring in. You know, I love it. The one dude that's in Montana, that guy, Rich, he goes, you call him when you have like mountain lions on your property and you need them killed. You call him.
And Rich will take care of it.
He comes in with his team of dogs and clean and kicks ass.
These guys look like they're really old, though.
No, I know. That's what's amazing. They're doing more than you and I have ever dreamed of, and they're 30 years older than we are.
Wow.
If not older. No. We could not carry their lunch on our best day ever.
What about Charlie? What's Charlie about?
Charlie's the dude that's in Maine, I think, and he might be the one that's trying to do this. He's like the new guy that fucks up all the time.
Okay.
One of them constantly, from the beginning of the show, it's a good thing the camera crew's there, and he's got his buddy down the road who is a real this, because he is the newcomer to this.
Are they way out in the wilderness?
He's in the north woods of Maine, yeah.
But I mean, is there
yes, absolutely.
houses around them at all?
No.
Okay.
Well, the Marty guy goes to Alaska, where he's in the middle of goddamn nowhere all by himself, except for, of course, the camera crew. Now, the Tom guy lives in Montana, I think, and then the Charlie guy's in Maine. Eustace is in North Carolina in the Smokies somewhere. He might be the closest to civilization.
Good old Eustace.
Which is just a wonderful name.
I used to
How
watch.
could you not watch a show just for that reason?
I used to watch the Alaska show about trying to find a property.
Sure. Oh,
that one was
Buying
really
Alaska.
good.
Buying
Is
Alaska?
it called Buying Alaska?
It might be.
The same shit when they have a marathon and it's a lazy Sunday. You're good. You're like, I can sit around and watch this all day.
I was going to tell you, I got suckered in last week to this goddamn Oak Island thing.
What the hell's Oak Island?
Treasure hunting on this island in Maine, and there's this legend that Revolutionary War gold is buried there, and there's booby traps, and they're 4 seasons, which doesn't mean 4 years.
They're still trying to find it.
The new season debuted last night.
Right.
You know,
are they any closer to getting the treasure?
I feel like I'm watching Geraldo Rivera
open up a vault in Chicago
for 5 fucking years. I swear to God, and yet I'm captivated. Last night, yesterday, I had something to do, and I was about to go to dinner, and there was a preview show of the new season debuted last night.
Okay,
and I had to sit back down. I'm like, God damn it, I'm hooked on this. Like I thought of you in the roll-offs.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm fucking hooked.
Don't get me started with the roll-offs.
No,
I think there's a new season coming out.
This lured me in, and I'm ashamed. I feel like I'm looking for the giant squid and cross between Geraldo, and we're never going to see shit or dig up shit, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, how does a show like that end? I mean, they got
you would know by now because it's already filmed. So
but they got to find the treasure. If you've committed 4 years, you're not going to stop just because. What channel are they on?
Discovery.
Oh, Discovery says, you know what, we're done with Oak Island.
No, they live there. They own the whole damn island.
So they're going to continue doing it.
They've already bought it up. They've lured people in. This isn't going away till they.
Is it a scam? Do they charge people to go on the island to try to find the treasure?
No, hell no.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Charge people to come to Oak Island to try to find the treasure.
You do it.
And then if you do find it, look, I'll give you 50%. No problem. Well, but I'm charging you though.
These fuckers, they're professionals. There's too many. They've got too many engineers and mathematicians involved. They're not going to let just any yahoo with a metal detector wander around.
Can't they just get some kind of radar? I don't know. What are they using? I was going to say radar.
Everything.
That's stupid.
They're using everything.
Sonar.
Everything you can imagine possibly. Else? Giant metal detectors. They're boring holes in the earth that a man could slide down into, like the Chilean miner shaft. Right. They're trying to get one of those.
Are they working off a map or anything? everything?
So, all maps, stories, legends. They might as well be looking.
Wrong?
It's all wrong. They've got every square inch of the island covered, and mapped out, and they know where everything is. Right. They just don't know where the fictitious treasure is.
And how big is the island?
It's 26, 24 square miles. I don't know, something like.
I think you might have just turned me on to a show.
It's like 26 4-acre plots, I believe. So whatever the math is on that.
But it's a dumb show because
I feel like I'm telling you, Geraldo. I'm mad at myself for getting lured into this.
I'll tell you why it's a dumb show. They're in the 4th season.
Yeah,
I can't watch the 1st season.
I watched it all like within off and on between 2 or 3 days.
Why would you watch the 1st season? Because if they're up to the 4th season, that means the 1st season ends. It's a bust.
Well, the first thing I did when it started was click on the date of when the original one I was watching aired.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh shit, this one is 2013 or 14. It was 2014, and I'm like, well, this fucking thing's been going on for 2 years. They're not going to find anything.
Did you Google Oak Island?
Absolutely, yeah. And then
and you're like, all right, there's no news stories about finding the treasure, so I'm still good.
And then I completely forgot about it. And then about a week ago, again, bad weather or something weird, and they're running a marathon of it. And like you said earlier, I was stuck.
Do you remember the Bigfoot show?
No, I know it was called Finding Bigfoot.
Dean Cain was the host.
Ooh.
And he came in here.
No.
And I blew up his spot. Because I'm like, I go, I love Bigfoot, Mr. Cain. Who doesn't love a nice Bigfoot story? And the whole show was, I guess they were getting teams to try to find Bigfoot. And then there was a huge prize if you found Bigfoot, and he was the host. And I looked him right in the eye. I don't know exactly how I said it on the radio. This is how I remember it. And I basically said, you guys didn't find Bigfoot. He goes, what do you mean? You got to tune in and wait. I go, because it would have been all over the news.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's right, exactly. Same thing. There's Hunting Hitler just popped up. You know about Hunting Hitler? It's another one. It's another one. They believe Hitler escaped and made his way to South America somewhere.
Well, he would be more than dead by now, if he escaped.
Or would he?
How old would he be?
I don't know.
He'd be over 100 at this point, right?
Well,
But Dean Cain gave me a look that day. You son of a bitch.
I always like it when the comics would do the reality shows and do that.
Yeah.
And they tell them to be quiet. And the cool comics will come right off and go, no, I'm going to lose, and it's going to happen in week 3.
Yeah.
And then the idiot comedians will go, oh, no, they told us we can't say.
Yeah, whatever.
That's not whatever.
When do they kick you off the dumb reality show?
You say whatever.
What do you think I'm going to...
Who gives a fuck? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, I can't say that.
That's the first thing I'm saying.
I signed something.
Yeah, right.
Did you?
Okay,
whatever.
right.
All right. Led Zeppelin sucks donkey dick.
Really?
From Casey in Pennsylvania. Phones are lit. Casey, go ahead. Why does Led Zeppelin suck donkey dick?
Explain to me why they don't. They're as bad as the Grateful Dead, Tom Petty.
I like the Grateful Dead. I like some Tom Petty.
I love Tom Petty.
I like some of the deeper tracks of Zeppelin. I think rock radio didn't do Zeppelin justice because there were so many songs that they just blew off so they could play rock and roll over and over again and Stairway.
You know who sounds better than Led Zeppelin?
Huh?
Warren Haynes backing up Patrice O'Neill.
Is that a real thing, or did you just make that up? Is it a real thing?
How dare you laugh, Vic?
I did not know that. No, I'm laughing at the absurdity. I thought he just put two weird things together that I'd never heard of. I thought he was making a joke.
This guy is a hardcore listener.
This is a good track.
Yes, I am. And
it was pretty...
when you guys had Warren Haynes in there, just him, not Patrice.
Right.
I watched that video. I'm dedicated to Opie Radio on YouTube. It's great. It's fantastic. I love it.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
But, yeah.
There's a butt. Fuck.
No. There's no butt.
I love butts, but I hate that type of butt.
There's no butt fucking. Listen, Warren Haynes is amazing. With Patrice, it's amazing. Led Zeppelin can't hold a candle to that. It's the impromptu... spur-of-the-moment thing is amazing. Led Zeppelin is overrated. I don't get them like Bob Dylan and the Grateful Dead and all. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and nobody's been able to explain to me why they're so great.
It's just because they're the pioneers of what we call heavy metal, sir.
Well, but then a lot of people get pissed off because they ripped off a lot of the blues guys.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what they did. They took all the fucking they took the blues and hardened it up and electrified it, and you get heavy metal.
But what people forget, that was like common back then.
Sure,
so many bands did that, and it was accepted. Maybe not by Willie Dixon's family or whatever, but the music industry in general, it was accepted by everybody.
Well, the Yardbirds and John Mayall and all
Stones
those guys.
did.
Sure.
Stones did a little of that action.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I mean, it's taste. What can I tell you? I'm not going to argue.
No, this is what the beauty of music is.
And one reason why I love Zeppelin, I can tell you this much, is because it's one of the first bands I discovered when I was, growing up. Somebody turned me on to Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and Jethro Tull were pretty much my three
nothing wrong with any of those
first rock bands.
Yeah.
My sister was into the pop. She was into Three Dog Night and
I love
the Beatles.
I love Three Dog
but poppy Beatles. She wasn't even into the trippy Beatles.
Of course.
She was into like AM radio and those hit songs, and I was like, this is all right. But
I like too much of everything because I was trapped in a room in Oxford, Alabama.
Yes.
There you go. Can we go to break with that, Patrice and Warren Haynes?
Oh no, I'm going to play it in show right now because
I've never heard of it.
And I'll hang up. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Opie, you guys are fantastic. Don't change a thing.
Thank you, Casey.
This is real. Patrice is really going to sing for real. And
the only reason,
I mean,
people that have been with me for a long time on what version of the show, whatever, they know this. But I mean, because you don't know this, I got to tell you now.
Sure.
This was. Eric has to help me with this, but it might have been Patrice O'Neill's last appearance on our show, or very close to his last appearance on our show. Do you know for a fact if this was the last time?
I don't remember if that is exactly the last time.
Your description says it was one of his last.
Yeah, it was one of his last.
Close to it, yeah.
Well, I wrote
How did this
I wrote
come
the
up?
description because I wasn't sure, but someone out there would know for sure. Patrice wasn't coming around as much.
Okay,
and he wasn't really telling anyone what was going on with him. And he came in this day. It was May of 2011. Warren Haynes was in. And Warren Haynes just fell in love with Patrice. I don't think they ever met, but he just like everyone else. Everyone fell in love with Patrice. You were scared shitless of the man.
He's fine.
You didn't fall in love with Patrice O'Neil?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I was never afraid of him. I thought he was just perfectly
first
wonderful.
few times I saw Patrice, I was deathly scared.
I was just giggling and wanted to sit in his lap.
Right. But the first time he points and gives that laugh,
that's what I mean.
Everything changes. Yeah. So Warren Haynes was in here. He was performing a couple songs off a new record or whatever, and then we,
somehow or another comes up. Howling Wolf comes up.
I don't remember exactly, but I think Patrice might have even said, "Hey, man, I'll sing one." And so they picked this Howling Wolf song. And Patrice we got the lyrics on the screen, and Patrice did it cold.
Oh man, we're both guilty of putting the G on Howlin' Wolf right there.
Howlin' Wolf, right?
But yes,
Howlin' Wolf,
sure.
And it's a great song called "Going Down Slow," and which is so weird. This came up today because yesterday. Maybe too much music talk.
No, whatever.
I was listening to Dwayne Allman doing "Going Down Slow."
Nice,
because I was in a YouTube loop.
There you go.
Because I played Blue Sky on the show, and so I don't know, whatever. I listened to a million Allman Brothers, Dwayne Allman songs yesterday. So here you go. It's Warren Haynes and Patrice singing this cold. I got to say that again. Howlin' Wolf, "Going Down Slow." Yeah, now I'm bummed.
That may be one of the greatest things you've ever been a part of.
That's pretty amazing.
And you're old. That's fucking outstanding. That's fucking really good, man.
I'm kind of bummed now.
Whatever.
5 months later, he was gone.
It's making me grin like shit. That's perfect. I know that, but it still makes me happier than sad.
And I mean, that song he sang, and knowing 5 months later he's gone, that's crazy, man. Yeah. Dane Cook would text me. He goes, Dane Cook always calls me O. He can't bring it upon himself to call me Opie, which I don't blame him. It's a stupid kid's name. He goes, I'm sitting here watching that video again. He would just go to that video and watch it because those guys were very close from their Boston days. But isn't that great? And Warren Haynes is just in the background playing, and Patrice just nailed it for the most part, right?
Every comic wants to sing, and every singer wants to be funny,
right? So there you have it. There's the story of Warren Haynes and Patrice O'Neil doing "Going Down Slow" by Howlin' Wolf.
What should I call you, Darlene? I think I'll do the Satchel Paige and give you a girl's name.
Nice. You can call me GH like Kenny does.
I love that one. I actually do like.
I don't mind GH. Maybe I'll change change my name to GH.
I'm going to go with Darlene
it's
for
GH
now.
GH in the afternoon.
Maybe in honor of the Charlie Daniels man, I'll call you Trudy.
Jesus. Tony in Canada, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, Hope. Great show, buddy.
Thanks, Tony.
Just calling to talk about the Oak Island stuff that Vic was talking about there, but I don't know if anybody gives a fuck anymore because I've been on hold for such a long time.
Sorry, there's so many people calling.
Can you tell us if they found anything?
Get your fucking priorities straight. Get your priorities straight.
Me and Vic are babbling, and then I'm hitting a phone call. That's what we're kind of doing right now. So,
no, loving the new show, man. It's great. 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock down here. The timing's great. It's fantastic.
All right,
and
cool.
The conversations, feels more like it's for the audience as opposed to just a back and forth between you guys. So it's fantastic.
Great. What do you got on Oak Island?
Well, it's just I know Vic was talking about how I'm hooked on the show. I'm fired up about it coming on again Sunday, and these two guys, Marty and Rick, the brothers there, they're actually from Michigan. They're a couple of Yanks come down to Canada to get all our fucking goods.
That is true, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was going to throw that in, yes.
That's great.
Yeah, this whole shit show started back in late, 1790 or something like that. Some kids on the island found a hole with some shit in it. Anyway, since then it's been off and on with different people. There's a lot of money got into it. There's probably 6 or 7, I think maybe 6 people have died trying to get down find this treasure. And the boys have actually found some artifacts, like this swamp that's of some interest that they think is a man-made swamp. They found a Spanish coin, a piece of 8, which dates back to 1700s, and there's evidence that there's something there. They've had these really extreme divers go down in this tube that's just barely big enough to fit a diver down in with a tank on. And
I'm raising my hand, sir. I got to say something. So what was found in the swamp? A Spanish coin or something?
That coin right there.
Yeah.
All right.
A piece of 8. I think it's called a piece of 8. I don't know.
A piece of 8.
Know a lot of shit, so he might know what it is.
My thought is these guys want a few more seasons of Oak Island, and next thing you know, they're sprinkling some pieces of 8 in the swamp. Hey, look what I found! Look what I found!
They got millions. These two brothers, I don't know whether they're getting their money if they're dealers or not, but they got millions and millions of dollars tied up in this project. Like I said, they've been at it for 8 years, so they're really hoping to find something, worthwhile. So I don't know. It's a really cool show. You should get into it. Watch the back episodes too. It's
all right. I might have to do that.
They were kids. And one of the brothers read an article in Reader's Digest in 1965. Just a little short story like The Mystery of Oak Island, and he was like 12 or 13, and he's just been obsessed about it ever since.
Wow.
He's the brother. He's one of the two brothers with the mustache, the beard.
All right, I got one more question. Did we lose Tony? Maybe you know.
No,
he's there.
Either you or Vic. So in 1790, some kids found some stuff.
Yep.
Was it worth a lot of money?
I don't know. I don't know what they found. That's when, again, I didn't watch all of them, so that's from right at the beginning.
So
some activity there, right?
Okay, so from 1790 until current time here, now whatever, 2016, have they found other stuff here and there over the years?
They've had video evidence down in this thing called I think it's called a money pit. It's full of water, and it's really tough to get into. And there's an old guy on the show that he spent his whole life as a young father. I mean, he spent his whole life digging there. He must be 85 or whatever now. He's still on the show. He helps with information with these Laguna brothers.
Yeah.
And, he's in like his 50th year doing this or something. Yeah.
There's a shit ton of money gone into this. And the interesting part about it was that the Nova Scotia government, I'm about 4 hours drive from Oak Island, the Nova Scotia government really didn't have any interest in it other than a tourist attraction type of thing. And then when some of this information surfaced about the piece of 8 coins that they found, the Nova Scotia government put some sort of injunction, said, hey, whoa, wait a minute. If you guys actually find anything, we want to get our cut.
Right.
And make sure, so like governments do, they try to suck everything out of you, right? So.
All right.
But anyway, that's that's all the useless shit that I have.
That's an alternate name for this show.
It's my favorite thing to do on a radio show.
Useless shit.
Just talk about useless shit.
It's right on. Okay, all right, boys. You have a good day. I'm going to just continue listening, and like I said, fantastic program.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it.
They found coconut.
All right, buddy.
They found pieces like the outside of a coconut.
Yeah.
You know, the coconut hair or whatever you call it. And there's not a coconut within 10,000 miles of this.
What is that about?
That same thing. They'll find pieces. They carbon date stuff, and they find various things, and you know, but that doesn't belong there. So they found a lot of stuff that's a few hundred years old that does not belong there. But that's so far that's all they've come up with.
Well, I'm suspicious. I think it's someone sprinkling some shit around.
That's how the guy won the fishing contest. Yeah, he just went to the grocery store and bought a fucking giant salmon.
They see the ratings dipping a little bit, and they got a meeting in New York whether they're going to have another season, and then they're like, all right, sprinkle some shit around.
I told you from the beginning, the cynic in me hates that I was even wasted any hours on this because it's Al Capone's fault all over again, and I know I'm stupid, but it was just hilariously well done.
Very, but it sounds like it's a cool show.
It's just they just keep you on the hook forever.
Right,
so
Eric, what do you got? I see you reaching for the microphone.
I was just listening about this. I didn't know anything about it. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted in.
No, all I kept thinking was when they were saying about the coconuts was that scene from Holy Grail where they were trying to say how did the coconuts get in this temperate climate, and they were trying to say a swallow, and then they went into the whole discussion that a bird couldn't lift the coconut.
I know Life of Brian better than I do Holy Grail, but I'm a huge yes. Good Lord.
I don't remember that, to be completely honest with you. I'm sorry.
Well, find Monty Python if we were going to go. We're sticking with rock radio. If you can find Eric Idle or Monty Python doing Rock Report. I don't know if you've ever heard this. Or Dead Monkeys broke up today.
Yes.
They reunited somebody in the wedding ambulance. There's just a whole bunch of funny shit.
All right. This guy wants to go all the way back to Buffalo. Let's say hi to Dean in Buffalo. Go ahead, Dean.
Hey, Ope, how are you?
Hey, I'm all right, man.
Hi, Vic. Ope, do you remember when you were PD at the Fox 103.3?
God, I wasn't a PD.
He gave you promotion.
I worked at 103.3 The Fox, which was my third home of rock and roll radio station that I worked at.
Do you remember the promotion that you came up with?
Which one?
For 3?
Oh, no. What was his trio thing called?
Menage a Trois Weekend?
Ooh.
I did do that. I did do that.
Oh, God.
Shut up, Vic.
Ouch.
Shut up, Vic.
Ouch. Ooh, I wish Voss was
Bring
here.
in some of your early years of comedy.
No, that's why I don't record anything. Okay. Absolutely. I don't need to be reminded.
See, there it is. There's the bumper
shitty.
sticker. 103.3 The Fox. Buffalo's home of rock and roll.
Menage a Trois Weekend.
Well, what are you
so
do?
all weekend, all weekend long, it was trios.
Yeah, I mean, you either just call it Menage a Trois Weekend or a block party weekend. I do remember that, Dean. I forgot all about that.
How old were you when you came out? Like 25?
I was right out of college.
Okay, right.
So, but I squeezed out an extra year in college. So you might be close to the right age.
I was late with school.
24,
myself.
25.
Sure, yeah.
Thanks, Dean. I appreciate you bringing that up today.
Menage a Trois. Please call him with other shitty things that he said down through the years, people.
No.
Take it easy, boys.
Thanks, man.
Go Buffalo.
Go, Buffalo.
They're my number one team right now.
I always thought that was the coolest thing almost in any stadium when they would put that Flintstone scene up there on the screen.
Oh, right.
Absolutely. Because who else can do that? They're the
Nobody.
Only,
it's theirs.
I know. It was goddamn amazing.
You want to take another call?
Sure.
By the way, you made me laugh like at the first minute or two into the show, and I'm fighting off hiccups.
Right.
The entire fucking time. I should just get the hiccups at this point.
Okay.
All right. Let me say hi to Chris in Houston. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Man, I just want to tell you the show is amazing now. And so I really like the old show. Like, I was a big fan of Howard Stern. And then once I listened to you guys' show one time, I never went back. Like, I thought I liked it more than I actually did. And I really loved your show. And, man, since you've gotten rid of Jim, it is just way better. Like, all the weird stuff. All the weird stuff.
I love Jim Norton. Jim Norton's fucking funny as shit.
Wait. No. I love Jim. I love
You're
Jim.
putting me in a bad spot at all. I love fucking Norton. I don't give a shit.
I went to Jim's show when he was in Houston, so I am a fan of his.
Right.
But I didn't like the way he was constantly getting the show off topic. And, man, now he's doing the same Sam, and Sam just can't shut him up.
All right.
I don't know if anybody.
Really bad for Sam.
I don't think anybody's ever been on topic.
Right. I'll say this much: I'm having a very good time with this new show, even though I might pitch here and there.
Dude, I'm enjoying hanging out.
Just stop taking it out on the staff. Let me just speak for everybody here.
No, I'm not going to.
If you really fucking get your boot heel.
I
got a nice email from Lewis last night.
You got your Eric is getting a goddamn bruise on his neck from your boot heel.
Look at this weight gain from stress.
Hey, sometimes as a boss, you got to put your foot in their ass, right?
I hated being the boss, and that was one of the biggest problems over the years, that I was looked at as a fucking boss.
Because you are the boss.
Dude, I hate it, man. I hate it. I just want to be part of the team, but you'll never be part of the team when you're the boss, man. You'll always be looked at as the boss. No matter what you do for them, no matter how you break your neck for them, you'll never be looked at as one of them. You'll always just be a fucking boss. And that's the worst part about it, man. They don't appreciate.
God, I love this guy. I mean, not everything you said.
They don't
it's a little awkward, but yes, tell him,
man. I just wanted to be honest with that whole thing. I mean,
all right. I had the knowledge, and so I was looked at as the boss, and
someone wants a job.
Chris, you want a job?
There's an opening. I'm going out of town 7 of the next 8 weeks.
Don't make me read Lewis's fucking email to prove how great I am.
Lewis who?
Chris, you can come in one day.
I got one more tough question for you. And I hope
Lewis was like, fuck that. Whoever said you're treating the staff shitty, that's complete and utter bullshit. And then he wrote me a really nice email.
Well, get him
Don't
in
make
here.
me read that fucking email.
I think I'm telling him, every time Lewis comes into the room, you ought to start playing the Brothers Johnson, Get the Funk Out of My Face.
Yeah.
Because his name is Lewis Johnson.
Yeah. All right.
Just to be extra hacky. Just to be.
Nobody likes the guy that can say no and that has to shut down the song.
He's sticking with it.
Thank you, Chris.
Kevin Brennan.
I'm having fun doing this show. I really am, even though there's been some bitching along the way. All right, I got to go. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Take care, brother.
All right. Kevin Brennan, what's going on, man? We're about to take a break.
That's why I come in this time.
I know. Perfect timing. I need to
He's got a lot of stuff.
Just putting his stuff on.
His driver's license is out.
Let me plug, and then we'll go to a break.
You didn't do anything to deserve a plug. But
he's Kevin Brennan.
But then again, you don't get paid.
He's
so
Kevin Brennan.
MLC Podcast Live.
See?
We have a YouTube channel, MLC Podcast Live.
Misery Loves Company.
Who are you doing it with these days?
I'll talk about that after the break. But no, but I want to. It's new, and also we have the live show that we did on September 13th.
Right.
That was what we were fighting about, the paywall or whatever. But it's a great show. Kumi was on it. Attell was on it. Dan Soder, Mike Vecchione.
Right.
Do I give a spoiler about how you came out? I'll tease how you came out.
It was a smashing show, and it's free, and we're still not getting a lot of hits on it just because it's the word's not getting out. So,
but I heard you threw a surprise entrance on.
No,
him.
it wasn't a surprise.
You knew it.
I knew what it was.
You didn't tell anybody else though, right?
What happened?
I don't know.
No, it was kind of cool. I'm worried. If we're going to break,
Did you see the
I just heard
show?
No, but I heard about it. The comics were like, "Can you believe he fucking did this?" And then there was several. Can you believe he fucking did this in a super good surprise, crazy Brennan way?
And what was it?
You know, he just had a couple of nuggets thrown in there. What
did I do?
You came out to Eminem, didn't you? I believe.
Yeah, with a hoodie on. And
Nice.
8 Mile Road. What's the song? 8 Mile Road, the big song.
8 Mile.
The one from 8 Mile.
Yeah, Lose Yourself. So I came out. Lady came out to like a Captain and Tennille song, and
oh, that's funny.
So they play it. So I came out, and I like whatever.
But he milked it. He did the James Brown milking. He had the hoodie up. He played it for a long time.
I walked through the room first. I didn't even go up on stage.
No, he did the roaming. It was fun. Yeah.
Who's that? George Harrison?
Very good. Excellente.
Is it?
Yes. Doing tons of blow and meditating.
It's a good combination.
Yeah.
That is a weird combination.
How does Joe? My wife is curious about Joe Rogan. How does he smoke so much pot and also is MMA and work out? Like, doesn't pot make you not want to work out?
It doesn't make sense. That guy is a workaholic.
If you've ever seen
smokes a lot of pot,
but he definitely does smoke a lot of pot. He doesn't just say it, right?
Well, I don't know.
Because he came out on his special. So my wife was like, "What's his?" Because she started listening to a podcast now. So she's like, "Joe Rogan, what's his deal? Like he's all like bulked up, but he's." And then I watched the beginning of his Netflix thing, and he says, I'm super high, but like who goes who gets prepared for an hour special by getting super high? Isn't it kind of
maybe it's his thing?
Schwarzenegger
counterproductive
in Pumping Iron, the 1970 something documentary about weightlifting and bodybuilding and all that stuff. Schwarzenegger and them were smoking weed through the whole thing.
So does it relax you?
Yeah,
and
exactly. You just focus. Do the same thing over and over again. If you're high, you don't know you just did 300 curls.
Right. So you're relaxed, like, and then it doesn't hurt.
Kevin, we don't want you on pot.
And then
we don't want you on pot.
Never.
No, but then I couldn't do it if I was. I'm not a pot smoker, but if I did, I couldn't do an hour. Because after every joke, I'd be like, "Was that funny?" Like I'd be so.
I'm that same way. No, I can't work
paranoid.
Right. No, I'm the same way. I got lured into it once about 30-something years ago, and I literally told everyone I felt like the audience was 5 inches from my face.
Yeah, because you're already.
We know you're high. We know you're high. We know you're high.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" I couldn't stand it.
But you're missing the obvious there, Kevin Brennan. It's his thing. It works for him.
Sure. Right.
Doug Benson, man.
Right.
I did Doug Loves Movies. I've never seen.
Yeah, but Doug don't work out. He's a fucking slacker.
But
to the 10th power.
I've never seen anyone smoke more pot in my life. Get it, before the show started, and then he went out there and he just destroyed.
Oh, you mean stand up? Yeah.
Well, I guess that's
I thought you meant on the radio.
Franklin Ajayi, the old school
Ajayi,
legend. Franklin. Ron White asked Franklin Ajayi once because he was a legend, and Ron saw him smoking literally before he was about to walk on stage. They were doing the introduction, and he was still getting a couple of hits in, and Ron said, "How close do you cut it before you walk out?" And Franklin Ajayi goes, "As long as I don't, in my first sentence, exhale and blow smoke in their face. That's okay with me."
All right.
Plus, don't you get thirsty from don't you get cotton mouth?
You can get water on the stool, Brennan. I think you're familiar
but still,
with that in
like,
comedy.
I mean, he came out. He's like, "I'm so high." I'm like, "Well,
so why don't you try
it wasn't against your will. Like you decided to get high. It's like eating a big sandwich and then go be like, "I'm so full." Like you didn't have to eat the fucking sandwich when you came out. I don't want to get in a fight with Joe Rogan.
You're gonna.
I'd rather get in a fight with the other guy with the fucking super high me. What's his name? Doug Benson.
Doug Benson.
Because I could take him in a fight. I think Joe Rogan could beat up me and my wife and my kids.
Yeah, sure.
High. Even if he was high, he could beat us up.
The little I know about Rogan, I don't think he's really smoking a lot of pot before he goes and works out, but he probably has a little pot after his workout, right? To chill out.
I don't know.
Well, he's saying that almost makes sense where you go in, you smoke pot, then you just go in relaxed and you're not
yeah,
so.
But maybe it helps. I don't know.
Yeah, you do whatever you want, whatever's good for you.
Plus he's very used to being high.
Yeah, you got to get used to it. Like
he's very used to that shit. John Lennon, we played that song.
Is he here?
And no, but there's.
You said it like he just walked in. John Lennon's here.
There's a letter going.
You got to learn how to say. You got to learn how to do this radio thing.
There's a letter that's being auctioned off where he trashes Paul McCartney. He wrote Paul McCartney a letter.
How much are they going to get for that?
They're saying $25,000.
Ooh.
But he trashes.
I'm going to buy it and give it to Lenny.
You don't have 25 grand.
John Lennon pens angry letter to Paul McCartney. Here
about what? Back then there was no email, so he had to write a letter.
He typed it out, I believe. Oh, it's unsigned? That's why. I'm looking at this thing going $25,000. Obviously, that's a lot of money, but not for something like a letter written by John Lennon. I was wondering why the price was so low. It's because he didn't sign it. The unsigned note, which is currently up for sale, was typed by Lennon in 1971 and contains handwritten annotations from the Beatles, alongside a number of frosty insults such as "Get off your high horse" and "Who do you think we/you are?" Expected to get at least $20,000. The angry missive was written in response to a letter sent by McCartney's then-wife Linda, which left Lennon wondering what middle-aged cranky Beatle fan wrote it. "You really think the press are beneath me? You? Do you think that?" adds the note from Lennon, which was written on behalf of the Beatle and his wife Yoko Ono, using the phrase "from us too."
Yeah, troublemaker.
The troublemaker, indeed.
Once they both got a girlfriend, it was done.
Well, a lot of
girlfriends ruin everything.
Well, Lennon was married before McCartney ever met Linda McCartney. So Lennon was married to Cynthia.
But they got divorced immediately.
Not really immediately.
Yeah, but it would. He was as soon as the band took off, she was done.
Okay,
I mean, he was banging so many.
A year or two in, I believe.
No, he was too.
And I believe.
Waiting. Like, you think he's going to be devoted to Cynthia back in London when he could fuck any woman in any city in any place he was at?
I believe they gave it a shot in the first 2 years. they told John, make believe you're single.
They tried
right?
that. Yeah, absolutely.
They tried that.
Fake.
That kind of pissed her off. Like, what the fuck?
Who said that? His management?
All of them. Yeah,
they were like, they were.
They kept it on the lowdown.
Oh no, yeah, it makes sense because you want the women thinking they have a shot at him,
right? Just like you do.
And lo and behold, it was some little Asian girl.
Let me read some. So from
who had a shot.
The self-indulgent doesn't realize who he is hurting bit. I hope you realize what shit you and the rest of my kind and unselfish friends laid on Yoko and me since we've been together. It might have sometimes been a bit more subtle, or should I say middle class, but not often. We both rose above it quite a few times and forgave you too. So it's the least you could do for us, you noble people. Linda, if you don't care what I say, shut up.
But he didn't put John Lennon at the end?
No, unfortunately not. That's why it's only going for like 20.
No, I mean, he didn't have to sign it, but he didn't even type John Lennon.
Yeah. Go back to the story because the letter itself's hard to read because then he gets into...
Check the stationery because could you find out was that his address? Did he have something called Bag Productions, Inc.? You could look it up in Tittenhurst Park.
Look at the logo.
I think it was verified.
Oh, Tim and Yoko kissing in the logo. Okay, yeah, sorry, I didn't see that there, Paul.
It's been verified, this letter. I guess it's been out there for a long time. Lennon, who unofficially left the band before McCartney's dramatic exit on April 10th, 1970, goes on to explain that he had only been persuaded to remain silent about his departure because McCartney and Beatles manager Alan Klein convinced him to keep quiet about it for business reasons. About not telling anyone that I left the Beatles, Paul and Klein both spent the day persuading me it was better not to say anything, asking me not to say anything because it would hurt the Beatles. And let's just let it peter out. Remember, adds Lennon? So get that into your petty little perversion of a mind, Mrs. McCartney.
He's calling him a girl? Or he's talking
to Linda.
He's talking to Linda and Paul.
Okay, all right.
Elsewhere, the Instant Karma songwriter admits to squirming at the thought of collecting an MBE from the Queen, which he returned in November 1969, and being ashamed of some stunts the Fab Four performed to become the biggest band of all time. He also alludes to McCartney having a problem controlling his ego because of his vast success, writing, "Do you really think most of today's art came about because of the Beatles? I don't believe you're that insane, Paul. Do you believe that?" When you stop believing it, you might wake up. Didn't we always say we were part of the movement, not all of it? Of course, we changed the world, but try and follow through. Get off your gold disc and fly.
He said he was bigger than Jesus.
Yeah, he kind of said that.
That was a joke.
I mean, it wasn't at the time, though.
Yes, it was. That was the wry English wit that nobody got, and everybody missed the sarcasm, and he didn't really... That was not his exact words. I also don't think it was...
What were the exact words again?
It was something, I don't know. But
Vic is very right about this. The press took it and ran with it.
Well, what do you expect when he says he's bigger than Jesus? When John Lennon says he's bigger than Jesus?
Well, how do you find North America?
That's a big story.
How do you find North America? He said, "Turn left at Greenland." So it's a joke.
Did?
Yes, it's a fucking joke. They're smart and funny. Yeah, he might be the smartest and funniest one of all of them. I don't necessarily know.
Who, John?
Yeah, because McCartney was certainly not a razor wit, but John Lennon was fucking sharp as a goddamn tack.
Yeah, and he was the mean guy.
And he didn't take it seriously.
Not at all. He thought it was
done
hilarious.
with the Beatles. He was like, "Whatever, that was fun. I'm moving on now."
Correct.
And everyone else was like, "What do you mean you're moving on? We got at least another 4 or 5 albums in us."
I like that he would have press conferences in bed.
Well, that was for peace. That's in the Amsterdam Hilton. That's a fucking
I know, but still,
thing.
Just like that's just a good press conference.
Yeah, but
then you get room service midway through.
But me and Vic talked about that. Wouldn't you leave the room how they left it?
They rent that room out now. They redid it. It's the Lennon's honeymoon suite. It's at the Amsterdam.
Well, I would have left everything.
So, I wouldn't have changed.
I wouldn't have touched anything. Yeah. Don't touch a thing.
They put his artwork on the wall. It's really cool.
Yeah, but
they just did that with the Comedy Store. You see that story?
No.
The Comedy Store house.
No. Ooh.
It's for sale.
Oh.
But they fixed it all up. So there's no like.
There's no way you could get all the semen out of that thing.
That's true.
Oh, God, you could have a dump truck load.
Supposedly
of
it was like a
bleach.
pretty rough house.
The Comedy Store house.
Oh, it's just
Yeah, because Mitzi owned it, so they would just put up the comics.
Is she still kicking?
Right.
No, I think she died. Right?
I just got scabies because he said it out loud. That's how nasty it is from coast to coast.
I don't know.
Have you ever been there?
No. Hell no.
Go back to
she's dying. I don't know if she's dead.
No, I saw Pauly Shore's documentary.
Oh, what the fuck was that about?
And she was in bad shape during that.
She's still
They
alive.
didn't really show her in the documentary. They kind of heard. I think you could hear Paulie talking to his mom in the documentary down the hall or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Is Argus Hamilton still dating her?
There you go. Thank you. I was wondering if somebody who was going to make the joke first. I thought about it, but thank you, Dr.
No, because I know
Evil.
you must know him because they got the same dumb accent. Hey, Argus. Hey, Vic. How you doing? How's Mom and Pa? Like they're all related. Did you go to that Cracker Barrel near Chattanooga? Because that's his best sweet tea in below the Mason-Dixon.
Oh, poor Argus. He's been at it about,
is he
what,
still
50
dating her?
years?
I don't know him. I've never met him. I knew he was from the South. I thought it was Texas, but I have no idea where he's from.
He still works there. I still see the guy.
Every
their
time I
lineup
went
and
to L.A.
MCs.
and went to the Comedy Store, I would see Argus do his set, and it would be exactly the same. Every 2 years, I would see him doing.
Right.
But now
like,
he's more
why don't
like
you change it up a little
That's
bit?
like Brennan. He doesn't change anything. He hadn't written the closer in forever.
What?
You got the same shit going on?
No.
Why are you smiling at that then?
No, because I
Why are you smiling at that?
Because I'm giving him shit.
No, I don't. I got a whole new act.
All right, go back to that letter thing. I think we're about done.
No, the thing is, my closer is kind of well known, so people are like, "Oh, Brennan, there he goes with the closer."
Right.
They do the same thing with
well, if it works, it works.
I'm teasing you.
with what's the black guy who sits in sometimes with you, Sherrod. Anyway,
wow, wait.
No, I couldn't remember his name. It's early for me.
Wow, wait.
No, so
How is this early?
No, he closes with
You used to do the morning show with us. That's early. It's
he closes
4:30.
with the helicopter with the they can jump. So people get mad. But it still works, you know.
Not every
I don't
time.
close with it. I don't close with my closer anymore. I close with a Tel's closer.
You remember Glib Glib? I remember Glib Glib.
No.
You know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I remember saying that. But I don't remember.
That was one of you had a punchline about adopting a boy that you were going to adopt like a Shaquille O'Neal, and you called him Glib Glib.
Oh yeah, tell the story. Tell the story you told me when I was asking if you knew somebody that might kill somebody for me.
I told you that I knew someone that would break some legs or hurt somebody for you, but not kill someone.
And then
That's
I came around like at the comic strip. I'm like, is that true what you said? Like Vic was telling it like just telling a group.
Yeah.
And then like I quietly came to him. I go, is that true? You know, because I wanted to have somebody whacked. My next door neighbor.
He wanted to have his next door neighbor beaten.
And then Vic told me.
Wait, why did you want your next door neighbor?
He was in a blood feud that ought to be on TV with the guy.
Vic told me, and then when I came back from California, he told me. I go, is that true? I was like, man, maybe I do have some anger issues.
But why did you want? What was the problem with him?
I lived in Ocean City, New Jersey, and
I thought it was Maryland. No,
Ocean City, New Jersey, and I lived there all year round. But it's a summer town, you know. You know Ocean City.
I've been there.
Right? So anyway,
it's kind of a nice town.
My next door neighbor, he would rent out he had a back cottage that he would rent out. It was separate from the big house. He would rent it out to whomever. And it was a piece of shit house. So he would get just like derelicts and whatever. And they would always make noise, and I couldn't sleep. So it just became like ongoing. Like I got arrested, my wife got arrested, all kinds of shit. So I was like, I just want to have this guy whacked.
Why were you getting arrested? Because you were causing problems and telling them to shut the fuck up and all that?
Plus, I knew the cops. I became friendly with the cops for different reasons. So I would
how'd you get friendly with the cops and they still arrested you?
I would push because I had a day where I would break the law.
He was that crazy.
I would threaten. them.
But then you're not friends with the cops.
OJ?
No, they no.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
He's right.
I know he's right.
To arrest you, they just give you special. You know, they gave me a soda instead of a glass of water. You know what I mean? Once they put you in the jail cell.
Right.
No, but it was fun. It was a fun time. But I really wanted the guy dead because I couldn't do anything. And he would rent out these like Russian whores. And I don't know if that's a big demographic for you, but these Russian whores, and they would have boyfriends over, and they would be 3 a.m, they'd be drinking. So one time I went out at 3 a.m, you know, I called the police. They can only shut them down so much. So I went out. Did I already tell this story on the show? I don't know. Anyway, I went out, not today's show, but anyway, I went out. It was 4 a.m, and back where the house was,
I know this
was
part.
right where the when you come back from the beach, you spray yourself off. Get
outdoor
the sand
shower.
off. So I came with I'm just walking outside. They're like, "How you doing?" I go, "Good." So I picked up the hose and I started hosing them down.
Right.
And they're all getting high and drunk. So that's the last thing you want when you're trying to.
That's kind of funny.
Get your game. Yeah, it's
No,
funny
really
for me.
funny.
That's funny though.
I laughed when he told me
So
the
then
first time.
they're partying,
they ganged up on me, and my wife heard, and she came out and she whacked one of the Russian whores with an umbrella. And she went to the hospital, and then they arrested my wife, and that led to this whole thing of just like
Well, then at that point, you got to move.
Every year. In the winter, it was fine, but in the summer, they would get some new renters, and then I would irritate them, and they would irritate me. But then I just moved because I knew I was going to go to jail.
I'm so glad you brought this up today because I'm at the beginning of that. Someone bitched about the pumpkins that we left out on our floor.
I told you, I was serious.
And I know who did it, and now I'm seeing red.
Pumpkins on what floor?
Just I live in one of these apartments, and so we left apartments. We left pumpkins out
in your hallway,
out my hallway.
Outside, by your welcome
someone
mat.
on my floor bitched about it, and they told us which one it was.
Nice.
So now I'm seeing red.
Sure.
But now after hearing this story, I'm going to probably just breathe and let it go before it gets out of control.
Like the Hatfields and the McCoys thing, and then you can't. You get they push your buttons and you push their buttons, and it becomes like a fucking nightmare. Also, I got one time I got arrested, and then I represented myself in court, which was fun.
Why?
I don't recommend it. I don't recommend.
Well, you know the cliche, don't you?
Yeah. So no, you know what it felt like? It felt like when you go to Florida and you play baseball with like Joe Pepitone. You know what I mean?
Fantasy camp.
Yeah, fantasy baseball camp. Because it was like I really had to. I was really representing myself, and I had to cross-examine the witness.
So it was just when did you see me do this? You actually get to say that.
Court, but it was still fun as shit. I mean,
of course that would be fun.
The judge crushed me. He totally crushed me. It was like, he fined me as much as I could, but I saved money on the other end by not hiring a lawyer. You know,
you bring him down a little bit, Eric.
What's he doing?
Am I too loud?
You're too loud. You're eating the mic. You're not breathing. You're not pausing.
People saying Kevin's all distorted. We can't really hear him.
I'm not even near the mic.
First
of all, your fans are faggots. Let's face it.
What's going on with you today?
Faggottiest fags. Do you motherfuckers listen with handcuffs on? Turn the volume down.
You are overmodulating, and I also
I'm not even near the mic. Should I sit out in the hallway with fucking Club Soda Kenny? Like, what the fuck has to happen?
I also want to know what's going on. What's going on with you today? You seem a bit hyped and angry.
Yeah, because my fucking life is in shambles. Other than that, everything's fine.
What do you mean it's in shambles? You said
I don't have a big pumpkin fucking situation going on in my building.
You just help me out.
How do you see red over fucking pumpkins in your fucking building?
When you
see orange of anything.
No, I saw red because
they
like it.
That's how bad Opie has. He's like, what am I going to do with these?
You want to go get a drink, Vic? Let this guy just babble for 3 straight hours.
What am I going to do with these?
I know he's good at it.
Who snitched about the pumpkins?
Kevin.
Who's the snitch?
Snitcher.
You got kids, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me for 2 seconds.
We get in trouble all the time with stuff
You
in the
got
hallway.
kids.
I put my kids in the hallway.
Oh,
was that
God. Let me say something.
Was that too loud, you fucking faggots? Pull over, turn the volume down.
You got kids. I got kids. They decorated the pumpkins, and then someone's telling you that they don't want the pumpkins in the hallway. Wouldn't you see fucking red and be pissed off?
Was it after Halloween, though?
Yeah, a few days. Maybe a week.
You know what it is? People that
they're
don't
all painted
have kids.
nice and they're carved nice. We did a pretty good job.
It didn't rot. It's not like rotting.
They weren't rotting. They weren't bothering anybody. Nothing.
Fruit flies.
Well,
Then you can see their point. There's like a rat eating out of the pumpkin.
His pizza rat is showing up. He's riding the elevator.
First of all, you know what it is? People that don't have kids are fucking assholes, and they don't give you the benefit of the doubt because your kids don't want, when Halloween's over, they still want to deal with pumpkins. You know what I mean?
But I'm very aware of my kids and how they could be a pain in the ass for people. This person has kids as well, so I'm like, how do you not like fucking pumpkins a few days after Halloween? What is wrong with you?
They have young kids or older kids?
So we're already like trying to figure out how to get them back. But after hearing your story, I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to let it go. That's all I'm trying to say.
I was telling him the truth. I do know someone, and then when he called me a few days later and went, you said, were you joking? I'm like, no, I really do know somebody. And he goes, I think I need to talk to him. I'm like, no, you fucking don't. I'm going to help you right here not commit a felony.
All right, Kevin, we're taking.
You know what I thought? I thought if I go to you, it's so third party, so remote. They'd never find out who did it.
And where he lives is so far in the middle. I mean, it would have worked, but I didn't want to bring. Let's call him Phil. I didn't want to bring Phil out of retirement.
No, I could see them. I could see it maybe getting away with it until my wife snitched on me when she got mad at me.
I think I said that to you. It was right. There's no way you would keep it just between me and you.
All right, listen, we got to take one phone call from Marcus in New Jersey. Marcus, go ahead.
Sorry, Marcus.
Marcus, go ahead. We have you, Marcus.
Uh-oh.
Fuck, I wanted this call, too. He says, you're the problem.
I'm the problem.
It's not the first time he's heard that, I assure you.
Marcus, you there?
Nor is he concerned with that.
It says, Kevin's the problem, not his neighbor. I know someone who got in a fight with him at a Wawa.
Really?
You ever get in a fight with somebody at a Wawa?
Yeah.
what was that? Come on. What was that about?
He's going to have to tell me which town, because I've got
there's several Wawa brawls on your resume.
I don't think I got Marcus. Marcus, you there? I'm going to hang up on Marcus in case he's listening and he could call back. Do you remember one of the many fights you had in Wawa?
Yeah, I probably got into a fight at Wawa but how does Marcus know?
He says he has a friend.
All right, well,
I think
get him on the line.
You're a famous guy.
Yeah, I'm famous.
Someone out there is going, holy fuck, that's Kevin Brennan.
Yes, you don't think you're famous?
Fighting over a sandwich.
You're no Neil Brennan, but you're famous.
Oh.
I was in a bathroom. And
Danny Brennan.
I was playing poker, and I was playing in a poker tournament, and I was taking a piss. That they had a break for the tournament. You know, when it gets to certain levels, they take a break. So I'm in there taking a piss. And the guy goes, hey, you're a comedian, right? He goes, I just saw you on HBO. And I go, yeah? So another guy goes, yeah, I was going to say something to him. I'm like, so you were waiting for the fucking first guy to say it? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have the...
He wasn't sure.
Maybe he was like, not... I'm like, does everybody know me in this fucking bathroom?
I think so.
So it's like one of those things like, how many people know me? Like, if one guy says it, then the other guy's like, yeah, I know you. Anyway,
what's the best you ever done in one of the tournaments? I know the dude can play cards. He is a good poker player. Do you do it a lot?
That's when I became friends with a cop, because I came in third. I should have won because I pocket aces and the guy had pocket six, and of course he hit a set, and then I lost. So I was livid going home, and I was sober. So I was driving, and the cop pulled me over, and he was like, and I knew he thought I was drunk, you know?
Right.
So I was like, as soon as he came up to the car, I go, let's do a breathalyzer right now. He goes, I didn't think you were drunk. I don't think you're drunk. I go, why would you pull me over? He goes, well, you weren't maintaining your lane. I go, I was the only guy on the fucking bridge, so I'm supposed to hug the fucking curb. And I knew from a cop friend in New York.
It's not a bad point.
I knew from a cop friend in New York that if you can just don't touch a cop, you can say whatever you want. And just don't touch him, you know. So then he put, you know, he was going to give me 5 tickets, and then he ended up after a while he figured out who I was, and then he let me go, and he ripped up all the tickets, and now he's one of my best friends. As according to my daughter, he's my only friend. Officer Bob Coob, I'll give him a shout out.
Children tell the truth. Children always tell. You know, Officer
Bob Coob in Ocean City, New Jersey.
Right. Well, anyway, so back to the John Lennon.
Letter. Back to the letter.
So yes, it is McCartney's wife Linda that collects most of Lennon's fury, along with describing her family as insane and petty. The ex-Beatle, whose murderer David Chapman, I don't know what that has to do with
Mark
this.
David Chapman,
has recently been denied parole for the Night Times. States his hope that his former bandmate will soon split from his wife. So
I'll tell you this.
Lennon's like saying she's the problem, and I expect you to split from Linda.
Why would Mark David Chapman shoot Lennon when he had a clear shot at Yoko?
That's everybody's joke. Yeah, that's a Bill Hicks. That's a Bill Hicks.
Oh, I thought it was?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
I saw not Bill Hicks do it. I don't know who did it, but it wasn't Bill Hicks.
He had anger. He had anger in his voice when he did that joke.
I remember I saw the guy go, what a great joke. And then I guess it was just like a house joke.
It became, that's everybody
told me, a friend of mine, when I was moving from California, he goes, I was having lunch with just a friend of mine, not even a comic. He goes, like my friend says, I don't care if gay people marry as long as they're the same race. He goes, I go, was your friend Dave Attell? Because it's Dave Attell's joke,
right,
you know?
That's an Attell
so
joke.
it just goes around, and people are like, my friend said, your friend stole it from Dave Attell. Is it too loud, you faggot? Anyway. No, now I got to be 6 inches from the mic.
Well, what is going on with you?
I'm just saying, I got
extra angry
from
today.
the mic.
What's happening with you, Kevin Brennan?
Always something interesting.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
No,
you're hyped up today.
Why weren't you at Lenny's Ready? You were the only.
No, we did that already.
Oh, did you already do that? Okay, sorry.
Why are you?
I'm very calm. MLC Podcast on YouTube.
Right.
While I got their attention, MLC Podcast. It's a fucking great show, and it's free.
Okay.
Liz is very funny. Don't you?
Liz.
No,
she quit too.
Oh, did she? I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Why did she quit?
I swear to God, I wouldn't be in a
quit, I guess, because she's like Team Lenny. I don't know. Who gives a shit?
She actually quit?
You know what? Here's the thing about podcasts. It's hard to keep people in line when you're not paying them. It's it's the old rub.
You need to take a tip from E-Rock because he cracks the motherfucking whip, by God. You don't screw around with his podcast.
I go, if you don't shape up, I'm going to fire you. Okay, well, I'm already fired because I'm not getting paid.
Right.
So.
I'm doing this for free.
He is the Simon Legree.
So basically, like the new guy I have is basically like a homeless guy, and he just does it for the free sodas at Riotcast. You know?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's hard to keep people in line. You know that, Opie.
Podcasting is a tough
what
fucking
time
road.
How late does Sherrod show up?
I don't know. You ask him. He's here every time I've been here. He's on time when he's supposed to be here.
He's all right.
I don't know.
He was a day late one time.
He's not on.
Well, I mean,
that
we just accept that from time to time.
And you sent the car. You don't even send a fucking car for me. And
I take the subway. It's faster.
Yeah, it is
Did I get back to you on Twitter nice and quick?
You did.
All right, so let's relax and do this.
Slowly but surely, we make progress.
He forces the progress. He's like infrastructure. He just forces it on you.
I feel like Kevin's one of those guys. You make progress and then you have to go backwards a little bit.
Yeah,
then you get back to the point.
I've been the same with him for how long?
God,
Too long.
Yeah, so speaking of that,
we're the same.
Somebody
forever.
goes, I think they said yesterday or 2 days ago, they go, what would it take to get Vic Henley on your show? I go $50.
Somebody donated 20 immediately.
Yeah, the guy who asked me goes, well, I'll give 20, and I know he's unemployed because he was on my show. He was on our live show.
The
He
dude
came
that
up.
threw the 20
he
for
came
me.
up and we were doing like a dating game thing.
Sure.
So Gil Bravo, he donated 20. He goes, that's all I have. And then two people go, how much will it take for you to never have Vic Henley on your show? So some people are going to pay for you not to be on the show, but then we went over 50 we got up to 70.
Wow!
So now you got to be on my show.
No, just keep that. Just keep that money.
No, you got to be on my show.
That's my gift to you. I'll not do the show.
Chris DiStefano wants to call.
Just keep the money.
Unless you have an ironclad contract with
I got no contract with anybody. No, I'm as stupid as you are. We're just comedians sitting here. We're all whores working the same corner called life.
Is that what he said?
That's what I just said. Yes.
Go ahead, caller.
We don't have a caller.
I thought Chris was calling in.
Chris DiStefano wants to call in and say hi. Is that all right?
Yeah, but what?
You gonna be all right with that?
He's not on the line.
I don't know. Maybe he has an old hotline. Here, put the hotline.
Where is he?
there.
California.
Yes, we'll get Chris on in a second. So that's
like
it with
Chris.
the John
Chris
Lennon
is one
letter.
of the few guys I like.
All right, good for you.
See,
$25,000 for the letter.
We're still on the fucking letter. What did Ringo say?
No, well,
He
the
doesn't
letter.
care.
The only thing I wanted to say about the letter, and I wanted to get some knowledge from Vic because he might know. Did Lennon and McCartney get along by the time Lennon was shot?
Ooh,
I don't
know that one.
A lot of people say they did, but I don't think they know for sure.
Yeah, but wasn't right before he got shot they were going to go on SNL together and do a big appearance?
Were they going to fulfill the Lorne Michaels request for the $3,000? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I just saw a thing where they were talking about the show was on. They said, "Why don't we just go?"
Oh, I remember that story. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin.
And then-
Absolutely.
But Lorne Michaels did. What was
That
it?
was
a dollar?
bit. Yeah, $3,000. He offered him
$3,000.
He offered him $3,000.
But Paul and John supposedly were watching. Go, why don't we just go down there
And
right
surprise
now?
the shit out of
but they
them,
never
right.
did it.
Yeah,
I do know that. Yes,
Nobody sent them a car.
he's bad.
I made the crew laugh when I said Sherrod's a day late. I saw
it was true. It was true.
All right, let me
laughing.
get Chris DiStefano on. Chris, what's going on?
Hello, what's up, guys?
Well, we got Kevin Brennan in the studio, and he's
turn him down, Chris. Why are you so loud?
I think.
Did you have some coffee? Did you go to Starbucks?
And Kevin's like extra angry today, or I don't know what the fuck's going on with this guy.
Kevin's the best.
I'm just myself.
I think he feels like he's in therapy right now.
He's always this way. What are you talking
No,
about?
last time he was a little mellower.
Really? Okay, I've seen.
And then this leads to me saying he was a bit yelly, and then he gets mad at me and says, "Go fuck yourself. I'll never be on your show again." And then a week goes by, and
Sure,
he's
he's
back. Anyway, Chris, what do you got?
Me, man, I'm out in California, in Santa Clarita, California.
Yeah.
I just had Chipotle. I've been not doing well. You know, anxiety's been through the roof.
Why? Why anxiety?
It's what I deal with every day. But I got a new cell phone, so I think that should help.
Wait, are you nervous about your? Are you nervous about your show?
I don't know what he wants to talk about. He's got all sorts of things happening.
Chris, you nervous
days.
about your show?
No, I just get nervous when I'm on the other side of the country. I don't know. I know it sounds crazy.
Why? Because you're away from your kids?
Yeah, away from my kid, and then I think like if there's like a natural disaster or something, like how will I get home? You know, like I think about stuff like that.
You hitchhike. You can always rent a car.
You surf the tsunami into the ocean and die. That's what I would do. Just embrace it.
Oh, Vic Henley's there.
Yes, he is. You're out there for what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, man. I should be coming home on the Thanksgiving Eve.
Okay.
So I know that'll be it's crazy in the airport.
Right.
So, but I'll be good, and then I'm going to. And then I'm going to have Thanksgiving, and then I'll be home for a little bit, and I'll come back. I'll come back in the studio in December.
We can't wait.
I was about.
Oh yeah.
I was ready to text you and say, "Don't fucking blow me off."
No, I would never, dude. All right. When last time I came in, I had to leave. So.
But Chris, what are you out there doing?
I'm doing a show for Netflix. It's a show. Yeah, I'm hosting a show with Tiki Barber. The ex-giant great Tiki Barber.
Rondé was not available?
No, well, actually, they wanted Rondé, but Rondé didn't want to do it, so they picked me.
And how do you know it's...
Really?
Yeah.
It's show business for you. Can we get his identical twin? No, so instead, let's get an Italian guy from New York.
I was going to say, go for the bulked-up white boy.
Yeah.
Perfect. But he's a great guy, Tiki. He's one of those...
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Are you... how do you know it's Tiki, not his twin?
That's a good point.
All right. Are they switching out on you, those sons of bitches?
Those motherfuckers. No, I think no, it's Tiki. It was cool. I got to watch the Giants game with Tiki, and he gave me his play-by-play commentary.
Oh, that's what you want.
Were there super special insights?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was fucking pretty. It was cool. I mean,
when he was holding the remote, did he fumble it? Tiki sucks, and he's a fucking bad. He's telling me you can quote me, Chris.
You're gonna make his anxiety even worse.
Ask him how his ex-wife is doing.
Oh, I knew I was gonna go there. I was.
Kevin Brennan doesn't hold back.
Opie's getting on my nerves. Kevin,
why am I getting on your nerves?
Because now you're taking the fan side. I'm too yelly. I'm too much like Judy Gold.
I didn't say that.
You're not remotely like Judy.
Yeah,
Gold.
I didn't say that.
Where you pulled
I thought he was going to go.
All I said was that. All I said was you were a bit yelly.
No, not at all.
But I was making a joke, but you took it fucking seriously.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Chris, how's your relationship?
You know, hey, we're trying. We're moving forward. So I don't know.
No, because me and Chris, we bond and we both have Latin wives, and they both get a little not yelly, but stabby.
He's laughing. I hear him laughing.
No, so yeah, I don't know.
Just say it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is, and it's good, and I'm fine. I really just miss my kid. I just want to go home. I heard the weather sucks there, right?
No,
yeah,
it's nice.
That's gorgeous.
Degrees.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
That really sucks a week before Thanksgiving.
Whose wife could take whose wife in a knife fight? Brennan, yours or his?
My wife could beat up anybody.
You think so?
Yeah.
What about you, Chris? No, could your woman take his woman?
Well, I mean, how many times has your woman been arrested?
One we know of for sure.
Yeah, at least one for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, how do you know about his wife being arrested?
He just told the fucking story 5 minutes ago.
I didn't know if she got arrested in that. I thought you got arrested.
You tuned him out because he was being too yelly.
Yeah,
no, Chris. Right. How many times your wife got? Right. How many times you
did?
How many times your lady got arrested?
He clearly
none. Zero.
Oh my! Oh yeah, then I win. Oh, you're making a joke on my joke.
Let's tell both your wives that they're really stabbing you, and then put them in a ring with each other.
My wife wants me dead so much,
so she would win that easily.
No, you guys are getting along these days.
No, $500,000 right away.
Seriously?
No, I have life insurance.
Wait,
oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought you were getting a divorce, and that's what she was asking for. I jumped all the way to there.
No, she wants me dead. The last time I was here, remember the last time I was here?
Things were going well.
I said, because Carlos Ruiz was here.
Yeah.
And,
Carl.
Who?
Carlos.
It's Carl,
the Mad Cuban.
Yeah, the Mad Cuban.
So he was here.
I just call him the Mad Cuban.
No, me too, Carl.
Yeah, Carl.
No, so he was here.
Rules, right.
He was here, and I was saying about how I kind of wanted to come on the show because I want to get away from my wife.
Sure.
Know? So, and then the show went well and whatever. So I was walking down the street. I was like, you know what? I got a bad feeling. Like I knew something was about to happen because whenever I feel good, something's about to happen.
Right, it's too good to be true.
Yeah. So like 10 minutes before I'm about to set, my wife texts me, "Coward." That's all she put, "Coward." So I call her. I go, what? She goes, you're a fucking coward. You go on Opie's show. You don't tell me. You go on. You're talking about how you want to avoid me because blah blah blah. I go, first of all, I'm just telling a story, and then that fucking mad Cuban. It became like a thing. It became like a common thread.
So it's Carl's fault.
It's like hot.
It became a thing.
No, it's like hot
That's when you tell
topics.
your wife it became a thing.
No, it's like hot topics on The View for guys. So it's like, I'm like, what do you want me to go on? It's like they already have Vic Henley boring the shit out of everybody. So I might as well bring a little bit of a fucking some jazzercise to the program.
Some spice.
Yeah, so I'm like, what? I said to my wife, I go, it's called entertainment. She listens to fucking podcasts and all kinds of shit. I go, what do you want to? I mean, whatever. I go, it was kind of true,
right?
But the fact of the matter, like, I can't say anything. So me and Chris talk about like how we can't say nothing.
Yeah.
And now we have to talk in code. Ixnay on the
way.
Yeah.
Wait,
I know.
That sucks because you left here. You were pretty happy, and the show was good.
No, I felt great.
And one text that just said coward.
That's good. When they can get you with the one word to the bone, you're like, that's goddamn good.
And also, that was the day when I basically ambushed you, and I said I was in the lobby.
Yeah.
I go. That was not coward. That's a real man. That's a real man saying the fucking serious satellite radio. I'm coming up, motherfuckers.
Did I say no?
I said the N-word.
Did I say
I'm
no?
coming up, motherfuckers.
You can say whatever you
I didn't
want.
say no. I said come
no,
on
but I'm
up.
saying for my wife to call me a coward after I just said basically said to you guys, like, I'm here. You want to not? Didn't they do a movie about that when people took a fucking radio station hostage?
FM
with Brendan Fraser or whatever.
Airheads. Yeah.
No, FM's the original one.
Yeah.
Somebody locks themselves in the studio in the movie FM.
My wife calls me a
Airheads
coward.
is a terrible
Airheads
movie.
is right. Sandler.
Horrendous.
But basically, don't call me a coward when I just ambushed Opie Radio.
No, I hear you, man.
That's not hard to do, though, really. When you consider it, it's not really hard
but
to do.
whenever I see Chris, I go, how's it going? He's like, it's going okay. It's going okay.
Because he's nicer than you.
No, but I'm saying with his wife. He's not even married. I keep calling her wife out of respect for her.
Oh, good. She'll like it. Upgrade.
I want to ask.
Yeah, that'll get me points.
I want to ask Chris many questions, but I think probably I shouldn't. Huh? We'll talk.
Well, I don't know. Well,
Chris, how's your pilot going?
Well, we haven't started yet. We're going to start it in March, but
I'm available in March.
Yeah, he can
put. Yeah.
Yeah, Brennan and I could come and write for you. I'm sure Brennan and I could come up with something wonderful for you and Tiki. You want to be on it? You want to be on it?
I'll be just disgruntled off-duty cop who lives next door.
that shows up to my house in a domestic dispute and then gets shot in the head.
Right.
Stab.
He's playing along.
Go with the stab.
Right. One episode. That's all I get, but I'll still take it.
What's the show about, Chris?
Well, it's about his life.
It's about my life, my relationship, my comedy and all that stuff that I talk about. So, the pilot, I think it's funny. I think we'll see. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
So are you and Tiki friends? And that's how the fuck is Tiki Barber involved?
Well, that's another show he's doing.
That's another show.
Oh, sorry.
I got a pilot.
He's taping the whole season in 2 weeks.
You're
After
too fucking busy. You're like Stephen King cranking like Stephen King. Like Stephen King cranking out a novel a week.
Why the fuck would you have anxiety? Things are going well for you.
That's when you get anxiety.
Why?
Because in
California, things are going too good. You get nervous, like an earthquake's coming, like a coward text is coming. No, that's when you get. That's when comics get nervous. It's like the most relaxed I am is when I bombed. And the whole next day, I feel so relaxed because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care if a fucking crane falls on me because I'm already miserable. When things are going good, that's when you go like, "Holy shit, what's going to happen?" You try to anticipate. You try to anticipate shit.
How did the coward text end? How do you guys work that out?
He said he called her. Yeah.
I usually text back. This time I just called. I go, and then she didn't even pick up. The kids picked up, and I go very calmly, "Put your mom on the phone." I think I said, "Put your baby mama on the phone," and then I go, "I'm a fucking coward. I'm a fucking coward. I'm a fucking." And I just kept saying that.
Do they call you daddy or dad? Are they old?
My son calls me Kevin.
Does he really?
And he's 4.
No shit. Seriously? That's cool.
No, just as like a joke.
He's just because he's heard your wife too many times go, Kevin.
The other day my son goes, he's 4. He says to my wife, I wasn't even there, but my wife told me, my son goes, "Oh, that's fucking gorgeous." And then my wife goes, "Daniel, that's a bad word." He goes, "Gorgeous?" I'm like, he's already got the fucking gift.
So he calls you Kevin. What does your daughter call you?
And then my daughter, when Halloween was around, my daughter goes, "Dad, what used to be when you were Halloween?" I said, "I usually just dress like as a bum." And my daughter goes, "So you just went as yourself?" So they think I'm a piece of shit.
Kids are funny. Does she call you daddy, though?
Yeah, he usually calls me dad.
Does she have the daddy's girl thing on you where she can make you do stuff and you're that somewhere you're not the mean person that you really are? You're actually nice when you're with your child.
It's more like boys against the girls, because even my son will be like, "Dad, girls suck." I go, "They sure do."
Just dividing the house.
All right, Chris. Anything else? We got to take a break.
No. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I had nothing.
No, Chris is one of the great guys. Seriously,
love Chris.
Tell Tiki I said hey.
Yeah,
I will, man.
Chris, I'm not just saying that. I hate everybody.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I'll probably die before I'm 35, but
that's a real Brennan laugh you just got there,
that.
Chris.
In what way, though? Vic was talking about this yesterday. Do you want to just get hit by a fucking subway train and not even know that it happened?
How would that be horrible? Yeah.
No, you would be so painful if you're crushed by a train.
No, not if it's fast.
It would be a split second.
Like an express.
No, but it would crush you. It would crush your body. You would feel that.
No, for how long? A second?
I don't even think it's a second.
That was part of my caveat. It had to be fast.
It would still really hurt.
I don't care.
For a very,
I want to overdose on diet pills and die in my sleep.
Oh my God! What a sad way to go.
Put them. If you're gonna do that, you should put them in a pint of Haagen-Dazs chocolate peanut butter and just
so pathetic.
A whole bottle of ephedra and just my fucking corpse.
Chris, we'll see you soon, buddy. All right.
Later, guys.
Yeah, Chris DiStefano out there in California.
Making magic.
California. We got Vic Henley and Kevin Brennan. Kevin, what do you got before we go to a
MLC Podcast on YouTube. MLC Podcast, 2 words. MLC Podcast. All free shows. The live show on September 13th. It was a monster show. David Tell, Anthony Cumia, Opie said no, and Mike Vecchione. I was going to try to get you two guys together. Mike Vecchione.
Was I invited?
No, but anyway.
It was a surprise reunion he was trying to put together.
But I wasn't even invited.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't. I was
telling the world I said no.
Yeah.
Lenny was inviting people anyway. I had nothing to do with that. And then it was a great show. Anyway, it's free. It's all free, so how can you complain?
Hey,
well, what's up, Club Soda?
Kevin, I don't like the false narrative about Opie.
What do you mean? Uh-oh.
That he was invited?
Yeah.
Lenny was in charge of that anyway. I think Yoko was in charge of that, Lenny's wife. Because it was random people. Did you go to Lenny's wedding?
Yes, I did. Oh, sorry.
You went, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was awesome.
Are you friends with Lenny?
I love Lenny.
But you're not friends with him.
I'm totally friends with Lenny.
You talk to him a lot?
I talk all the time.
Why did you change the subject?
Because he's backpedaling.
I'm saying I wasn't inviting people. Lenny was doing that. Lenny was booking it. He would tell me, we got this guy booked. I go, I don't like him. And then I wouldn't invite. He would tell. He was basically in charge of the guest list. We tried to get you, but we lost your number.
I'm heard exclusively on Opie Radio.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even do my podcast, MLC Podcast?
I'll tell you again. I'm heard exclusively on Opie Radio.
If you put some glasses on, I'll punch you in the face like Jerry Coney.
Uh-oh.
No, you might get away with that with him.
Is he muscling me because he has to jump in? He has to defend you at all times?
I'm not defending him.
What are you saying? What's the false narrative?
You said that you invited him to the thing
show
and he didn't come.
Hashtag truth.
He's coming over to me.
Yeah, you kind of put it out there that I blew you off and I wasn't even invited.
I've got to pee.
All right, Vic, where are you going to be?
That was before you guys were back together, so we couldn't invite both of you.
I'm at Gotham Comedy Club tomorrow night, and at the Blackberry Smoke concert on Friday if I have my way.
Fuck yeah, you got tickets.
Comic Strip Live on Saturday.
I guarantee you got tickets. Speaking of Blackberry Smoke, I should say this. Sirius XM Outlaw Country presents Blackberry Smoke with special guest Jesse Dayton at the Beacon Theater in New York City this Friday. And you can get tickets for up to 44% off using the promo code SiriusXM at Ticketmaster.com. And Blackberry Smoke will be performing songs for us on Friday's show. Yes, Kenny.
I put my glasses on for Kevin. Now what?
Oh, my God.
Now what?
Club Soda. I don't know what to do. I don't know if you're really mad. Like when Jerry Cooney was mad, I don't know if he was really mad.
Cooney was pissed off.
Yeah, he was really mad.
He was really mad.
You said, let me refresh your recollection. You said if I had glasses on, you would punch me in the face. Now what?
Because he's like a real security guy, right? He knows headlocks and he knows whatever.
He was a professional fighter.
But you could beat me up, right?
It's up to you.
Why does it seem like everywhere I go, people want to hurt me? Maybe it's me.
Yeah, you badmouth Lenny's wife. They're newlyweds. You spread a false narrative about Opie.
No, but Opie's right here. He can defend himself.
I defended myself.
Yeah,
I put it out there that I was invited and I blew you off. And
no, I just said it because Kumia. But you guys are back to being friends, so it's not a big deal.
All right, but I got my glasses on. Now what?
You know what? Let's get a bagel.
Why? Because I'm a Jew?
Are you a Jew? You're like the biggest Jew of all time. How tall are you? I'm now trying to compliment him by backhanding complimenting him. You're the biggest Jew.
That's Barry Katz.
It's like saying to an Arab, like, you're the non-smelliest Arab I've ever met.
Oh. You look good with glasses on, Kenny.
Don't text.
I do have to pee.
What's her name?
I have to pee.
What's her name?
This is too good. Just stay.
Did you go to Lenny's wedding?
Someone's gonna have a broken jaw.
Because I know you guys are tight. I know you and Lenny are tight.
It's gonna be good. You just worry about you.
No, did you go to? Were you invited to Lenny's wedding?
You don't have to be concerned with my whereabouts.
Let me ask you a question. Who do you? If you had to kill one person, would you kill Amy or Opie?
Next question.
Okay.
Wow,
that was a good question, though, right?
That's a strong question.
That's like a Barbara
it's
Walters.
ridiculous.
No, because I know.
Yeah, he's just trying to get a laugh at your expense once again.
Yeah, what the fuck, Kevin?
No, I know you've been working for him longer, but I know Amy's like big now. You know
who's Amy?
Amy Schumer.
Oh,
because I know I'm follow you on Twitter, so I see you doing gigs with her. Does she let you do time?
Oh my God! You say you follow me on Twitter, know it all.
Oh my God! I hope he's really mad at me because I'll fucking fight him on the break. Are we on break yet?
Why wait till the break? The camera's
I'm like Kevin Brennan 666. I'm trying to pick up some more Twitter followers because like I sometimes I go down on Twitter followers. Like what the fuck is that?
People get tired of it.
They get tired of you.
So they go to the trouble of taking me out.
Yeah, they get tired of it.
I guess so. I don't know. I never really tried to analyze
anything. And also after the election, I was getting sick of Republicans like being gloating or whatever. So I tweeted something about Republicans are idiots, and people are like, "You just lost me." I'm like, "There goes another amount of money I'm losing." You know what I mean? They always threaten it like they're fucking me, like some hot girl's like, "I'm gonna fuck you anymore." It's on Twitter. It's free. I don't give a fuck. But now that I'm here, I might as well Kevin Brennan 666. And plus, I got more Twitter followers than Club Soda Kenny.
What's your point?
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't care about that at all, actually.
Oh, my God, Club Soda.
I just broke 10,000.
Oh, did you really?
I'm at 11.5. I'm not bragging. My career's in the toilet. I just lost my best friend and partner. I wish someone would assassinate Lenny like they did fucking John Lennon.
Don't say that.
They won't because nobody knows who he is.
No,
Lenny's fine.
Just don't say stupid shit like that.
Is that illegal?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Lenny's fine.
You know, you should lay off the 5-hour energy shot.
That's what it is. You do that shit before you come in here.
Exactly what happened.
No,
his legs are shaking.
I see it. He's twitching. Yeah,
I like the taste.
I think he's just afraid you're going to hit him. That's why he's twitching.
No, I do like the taste. Plus, I got to do red eye later, so I got to be alert for that. Lou Dobbs is going to be on it.
It only shows at 3 in the morning. It doesn't tape at 3 in the morning.
I know, but I still got to be. I got to be ready for it because I got a lot of fans.
What time does it tape?
At 8.
Okay.
Lou Dobbs is going to be on. I got to be ready for financial stuff.
Lou Dobbs is going to be on.
Be ready for Lou Dobbs.
I might punch him in the fucking face. Seriously, like nobody will watch it. But if I punch Lou Dobbs in the face on Red Eye, everyone will watch it.
You're worried about Lou Dobbs, so you're doing 5-hour energy? What's wrong with you?
I want to be alert.
That guy's like 80, I think.
No, but if I
71 for Lou Dobbs.
If I punch Lou Dobbs right in the side of the head on Red Eye, wouldn't that get a lot of publicity from my podcast?
Yeah, punch Kenny in the face. See what happens.
No, Lou Dobbs.
That's publicity too.
Lou Dobbs, Club Soda Kenny. I can take Lou Dobbs in a fight. How old is he? 70?
Humana.
71. He said.
71. I said. Now you're not listening to me.
I can take him.
Who? Lou Dobbs or Kenny?
I can't take Kenny because he's really mad at me.
No, look. You're
How
not
about Bernard
worth my
Shaw?
time to be
Could you
mad
take
at.
Bernard Shaw? You think you could take him?
Fuck.
Is he black?
Yes, he's one of the first CNN fucking anchors.
If you're going to go, if you're going Lou Dobbs, I'm going Bernard Shaw.
Bernard Shaw's dead.
No, 76. Bernard Shaw is 76.
I could take him. I could take the guy who used to host Red Eye, Greg Gutfield. He's right on camera. He's right on the screen now.
No, I could take that guy, and I hadn't hit anybody since the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, when was the last time you got into a fight for real?
3rd grade. You know,
because comics always act like they're so tough, and they never get into fights.
Liv Schultz, Jeffrey Ross will tell you that at the Cellar one night, he got in it with a heckler, and the guy was rushing the stage, and I was hosting the show, and I came running through the hallway and sort of tackled the guy, and knocked him out of the way, and kept him from attacking Jeff. That would be the closest thing, but other than that, 3rd grade.
Should have let him get Jeff Ross. He was Liv Schultz at the time.
And he still is. That's his name.
What's your name, Club Soda Kenny?
What does that mean?
No, because a lot of times they have very
Oh.
ethnic names, and then they change them if they're going to get into show business. It's a tradition, right? Going back years.
Why don't you go to break before he ruins the show?
John Stewart, that's not his name.
That means there's still hope.
Right.
What's John Stewart's name?
Richard Lewis, John Stewart.
All right,
Richard
Leibowitz.
Lewis.
We're going to take a break now. Thank you,
Are you really
Kenny.
mad, though? Because do I have to wait? Do I have to sit in here? Or can I go to the bathroom?
I mean, we're trying to change my image a little bit because I get a lot of fucking shit for no reason.
Oh.
A lot of shit for no reason. And we pretty much have had it.
Yeah, there's no more
We have
mean-spirited
fucking had
on
it.
this show.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think we still want to be
I
mean.
love Opie.
I think we still want to be mean.
You know what Opie's like? You know, the thing is, and the guy who lives in my building loves the new show.
Thank you, Kevin Brennan. I almost forgot your name for a second.
No, because he go. I said, how you like Opie's like new? He goes, I love it. So I don't know. You're a nice guy. It's like coming home for Thanksgiving when we come here.
All right, that's good.
It's always like
visiting your old teacher at school.
No, you're not. You don't put stress on people. You know what I mean? So you come here, it's relaxing.
Well, thank you.
You're like
You're
like a mellow person. That's why Club Soda Kenny. Now I'm fucking not nervous. I'm very nervous now with this guy with a suit on, ready to beat the shit out of me. But we've pretty much have had it. The live show. I'll just leave it at this. The live show. You guys weren't talking. If you were, we would have invited both of you. But Cumia wanted to do it, and then he came in.
I don't even care, but don't tell people I was invited. I said no to you. That's stupid.
No, totally not. But that's
the shit that gets out there.
No, but that's our thing anyway. That I try to get on the show, and you won't let me on. So that's like a running gag anyway.
Fair enough.
Not anymore.
I can't believe every time I come here, people really get mad at me. Like, what are the odds?
You're very aggressive.
100%.
They're always big.
If you want to know what the odds are,
I don't know if I'm going to be back after the break, but
you'll be
I want
back.
to apologize to the fans if I'm a little loud.
You'll be back.
Maybe you're right. I'm going to cut back on the 5-hour energy.
Yeah.
After you just had a large coffee and then a 5-hour energy shot.
I'm going to go home and leave him here with you, just to spite you.
I don't think he took a breath in an hour. It was good radio, though.
Vic's doing the pee-pee dance. We should break.
Come on, tell me you're not going to do anything. Tell him it's a gag. We didn't invite Opie.
It's fine. All that's fine. Can he do the thumb trick to you?
No, no one can touch me.
One thumb trick, and then everything will be good.
Don't break my thumb. I'll be like,
one thumb trick.
Yeah, they took my fucking thumb, Charlie.
My thumb, Charlie.
Dad brought Rob.
And then no one will call you a coward. Thumb trick.
No,
thumb trick.
This is bad.
Thumb trick.
This is bad.
This is just the thumb trick.
What's he going to do? Oh, this is where he puts the thumb behind the... Ooh, no, that's not bad. He's got him.
Oh,
Brennan's holding up.
Oh, fuck.
He's holding up.
Oh,
something's going on.
Kevin.
Something's going on.
I'm kind of impressed.
It's not working yet.
Come on, that's got to hurt.
No, I don't know. He'll break it.
He's not talking, though.
No,
he's focused.
Yeah, I like it. You guys better stop, because the last time I saw this, Larry the Cable Guy broke somebody's arm in one of these situations. Yes, so I'm getting nervous now because I don't want to see a thumb breakage.
That doesn't hurt.
He stopped.
No.
Kenny stopped.
Nothing hurts.
See, look at him. He's
that didn't hurt.
No,
he's sticking with it.
I would like to feel something.
That's why he did it. That's why he did it.
It hurt.
No, it didn't.
Fuck, all right, fair enough.
See?
All right, I'm sorry, Vic. You didn't get to see anyone.
I didn't want to see that. I just said I didn't want to see that.
All right, we're gonna break, and you sticking around, Kevin?
Yeah, I just got a text from my wife.
See, I hope so.
What did it say?
Cowards.
Read it cold. Read it
Yellow
cold.
belly.
I don't know. I'm getting text though.
What did it say? Or what does it say?
Oh no, actually, it's not. Oh, okay.
All right, Vic,
It's
you got
from-
your plugs in, right?
Yes, I did. Sure.
All right, good. We'll be back. Stay
tell
there.
you on
Who doesn't understand why Cousin Brucey has a radio show and he doesn't? Right, Kevin?
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a family to feed. I doubt Cousin Brucey still has.
He probably has great-grandchildren.
Financial concerns.
You saw Cousin Brucey in the hallway?
No, I saw him in a studio.
I did a picture with him. I did a picture with him in
He's
the
a
hallway
legend there,
a minute ago.
Kevin Brennan.
Yeah, well, nobody cares.
He was at the airport when the Beatles landed.
I'm putting my picture on Twitter.
By accident, or he was supposed to be there?
That's how old he is. He was a DJ.
That's what I'm saying. So people, how about Mark? What's that guy's name from WMMR? Mark Goodson or whatever.
Mark Goodson was MTV VJ.
No, he started MMR
in Boston.
No, in Philadelphia.
Okay, sorry.
Well, so why didn't he have a fucking show? My point is, there's a lot of old DJs.
So they should get out of your way.
Go to the old DJ home.
You guys are definitely not on my. You guys are definitely not on my side today.
I'm always on your side.
Yeah, we're on your side.
Are you going to do my show?
If you want me to.
Yeah, for $50.
I would rather give you the $70.
But I think Kenny made a great point with the coffee and the 5-hour energy.
I'm good. I'm good today.
You're lit.
My wife said I was. My wife said I was a little yelly before I left the house, and so I said. She said you got to bring it down. I said I don't think so.
Did you tell her to go fuck herself like you did me when I called you yelly? And how I don't pay you, and I'll never do your fucking show again. Did you tell her any of that stuff?
How I backtracked though?
Took it right back to the happy place.
MLC podcast on YouTube.
Yes, Kevin.
No, I love you, Opie. So the thing is, but I do have some anger issues, and I think it's coming from the fact that I was like one of 10 kids. You know.
I think
it's like you don't. Yeah, but you don't get a lot of
attention.
You don't get a lot of attention, and you get because a lot of older siblings in my family have anger issues. So it's in our DNA, and it's also like when you're one of 10, it's like you feel like no one gives a shit about you. You know what I mean?
Hey, have you ever met the Danny Brennan? You ever met his brother Danny?
No.
He's my favorite Brennan.
Why?
He's classy.
Because he's.
Is he another comic?
No,
he used to work at he used to work at Comedy Club, but he never did stand-up.
He's just a nice person.
Why is he your favorite?
Because he's a nice, cool.
Oh, he doesn't have the anger.
He's my favorite Brennan.
He doesn't have the anger.
He's my favorite Brennan.
No, he's angry. He's angry.
Yeah, he's not as angry as you.
But you hung out with him a lot.
Yeah, I know.
He's a good hang.
He's a good guy. What does he do for a living?
He lives in Chicago now. I think he's in the restaurant business. He texted me.
I think he doesn't know. Yeah.
No, he does a lot of transitioning from one thing to another.
How many of your?
He doesn't have a job.
How many of your siblings you don't talk to?
Oh, you want to hear a story? No,
it's a legit question.
No, it's not. It's related to this.
I got one sibling I don't talk to.
It's related to this. Jimmy Martinez, who's the guy who sits in for me now, he's like the new Lenny, but the fans hate him, and I can't figure out if I should keep Monka.
Speaking of fans hating, let me.
No, I can't.
This will be good. Go ahead, let him finish.
I'm saying I don't know if I should keep him on because the fans hate him so much. I don't know if that's good for like the controversy angle where the fans hate him so much they have to listen, like Stephen A. Smith or something like that. But like I hate this guy, but I have to hear what he has to say.
I think that's why I have you on.
So he's friends with he went to the SNL. He went to the SNL after.
Can't get a fucking laugh from this guy.
He went to the SNL. Yeah. He went to the SNL after party. That Chappelle hosted. And he ran into my brother Neil, and they don't really know each other, but he went up to Neil and he said, I'm doing the podcast with your brother now. And Neil goes, he goes, your brother Kevin. He goes, Neil goes, I only have one brother.
Wow.
And he has 5 brothers. So, I said, and so Jimmy said he basically, I only have one brother. And he basically gestured towards like
Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle, like my only brother is Dave Chappelle. And he has 5 brothers.
Wow.
So isn't that cold?
That's bad.
That's cold.
Neil doesn't love Danny Brennan?
No, they had a big falling out.
Seriously?
No, you know what happened?
No, tell me.
When he was doing the Chappelle show, Danny auditioned. Danny was like an actor, kind of wannabe actor. So he auditioned for a role, and he didn't get it. Not only did he not get it, Neil sent Danny the clip of the guy who got it to show him, like, this is who we hired and this is why he was better. But Danny took it as like, I don't get it,
like being
and
mean,
you're
right.
fucking, you're shoving it in my face.
Yeah,
You know
why
what I mean?
why would you show him that at that point?
No, because he was like, this is the guy we
late.
Trying to give him a tip, maybe.
This is the guy we hired. Maybe you could learn.
Fuck giving him a tip. I'm team Kevin Brennan on all this shit.
Other people
and
can
even
be
my
team
mom,
Neil Brennan. I'm team fucking Kevin.
Even my mom sided with Neil on that, but my mom's a gigantic star fucker. So gigantic. When Ray Romano got his sitcom, my mom knew that I was friends with Ray Romano. So my mom would send clippings from she lived in Philadelphia. I'll give her out her fucking address. I don't give a shit. Anyway, she lived in Philadelphia, and she would get all these Philadelphia Inquirer press clippings about Ray's show or whatever. She would mail them to me. I go, Mom, it's not me. It's not me. I'm not on the show. I got nothing to do with, like, stop.
Just because you know him.
No, because she was like so excited. Yes. Her fucking pussy would get wet. Just the 5 degrees of separation from Ray Romano. Like, he's friends with Kevin, because my mom talked to him one time on the phone, because me and Ray were on a softball team together, and Ray was missing. He did a cruise, and we were short of softball outfield. We only had 3 instead of 4. I broke my cheekbone. And so I was in the hospital for like a week. Ray called my mom to find out if she knew where I was staying or whatever. So Ray told me, this is Ray telling me, he goes, I was talking to your mom, and she's going on, and because she asked Ray, where were you? I was on a cruise. At the time, my dad had just retired, so she's asking Ray about all these cruises.
What are cruises like?
And Ray's like, that's nice, but where's Kevin? Like he had to basically get my mom off the fucking cruise thing. So when Ray got the show, she thought, like, I talked to him, so she was sending me these clippings. I'm like, stop.
Right.
He's making like $80,000 a week, and I'm hoping Esty gives me some spots at the Comedy Cellar this weekend.
Sure,
so fucking,
we all are.
We're not all in the same boat. Cruise callback. Anyway,
so how many siblings do you talk to out of the 10? Well, there's 10 of you, right? So
I'm if they're all here in the room with me, I would probably talk to all of them.
Okay, but you know what I mean?
Like, I don't have
on a regular basis, though.
You're not reaching out.
It
just
sounds like you don't
randomly.
even know what they do. Some of them.
No, some of them are. Some of them do different things, but also. Also, when you have 10, you don't text back and forth because you got too many. So. Right. So it's like
I can understand that. That makes sense to me.
You see them when you see them, and I don't have any bad blood. Like some don't like me sometimes, but a lot of times I don't even know it. You know.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to talk about this Trump shit for a little bit. It's getting crazy. Fucking Giuliani, and now they're talking Ted Cruz possibly.
That's okay.
But how does that happen? They hate each other.
I was going to say, then all I know. This goes back to my.
It's a little weird.
And then Trump is I'm sorry to the Trump supporters, but he's starting to be full of shit. Wasn't he going to drain the swamp in Washington?
He ain't doing anything.
Yeah, but that's what he'll say he's doing by hiring a guy from Breitbart. I don't know if that's how you say it. He'll say he's not getting traditional politicians.
Well, that's true.
So
I'll
that's
give you that.
But then Giuliani's he's an idiot. It's like why don't they just hire Rich Voss if they want somebody who can't say words, who has a fucking speech impediment.
Is that why he's doing it?
No, I think he likes to get people that are handicapped and with a speech impediment.
So he
goes,
feels superior.
I'm helping the people that can't help themselves. I mean, it's weird. Giuliani's like, my wife kind of hates Giuliani. I never had an opinion really one way or the other, but it seems like a lot of egomaniacs, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's why you get into politics.
Yeah.
Right? Did you see yesterday he ditched the press?
Yeah,
and now the press is all
but if
pissed off.
Obama did that, they would think it...
Trump. I mean,
Opie,
he's supposed to have the press pool follow you now.
Yeah, but
and
if
he told the
Obama
press
did
pool,
that...
Oh, fuck if Obama did that. I don't give a fuck.
No, if Obama did, I would think like he was cool, like he was a rapper. You know what I mean? Like he ditched the press.
But I was going to that point. I think it's hilarious that Trump did it.
Oh, good.
I think it's fucking hilarious because you're supposed to tell the press pool, you know, what you're doing, and then they follow you and they fucking document it. It's been tradition forever. And Trump said, "I'm done for the night. I'm staying in." So the press pool fucking left or whatever, and then he went out to dinner at the where was it? 21 Club.
Yeah,
21 Club with his family, and now and now the press is pissed off that he did this. I think it's hilarious.
No, he's like a high school teenager. He waits till his parents go to sleep. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going."
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
but he knows the press hates him anyway. So what does he care?
Yeah, he's fighting with the New York Times.
No, that's the advantage that he has. They all hate him.
Well, that part of this, I'm really going to enjoy.
They can't stop talking about him. I think it's a love-hate thing.
Right.
I think it's the psycho girlfriend that you can't break up with.
That's true.
That you don't
Plus,
even
they
admit
built
that
him
you're
up. The
dating in
press,
first place.
you know, helped build the guy up. You know.
Yeah, totally, man.
Of course.
And like I say to people who are like so horrified, including my wife, I go, listen, if you watch Celebrity Apprentice, then you're part of the problem because he was not known anywhere until that show. Like he was known in New York, obviously, but he was not a national name. So Celebrity Apprentice, if you watch all these dumb fucking reality shows, and then you're like, oh my God, how you made the guy, you helped make the guy.
Yeah,
nobody agrees with me, but that's my point.
No, I think you're kind of right.
Sure, I agree with.
I mean, I think he was known nationally, but not to that extent.
Not like he was here. Not like he was here.
Everyone knew him in New York.
And then he was so authoritative on the show. People are like he's a no nonsense guy, but it's a fucking TV show.
Of course. You know? But Trump is considering Ted Cruz for U.S. Attorney General. That's
sick.
They fucking hate each other.
That's sick.
Who's waving at us?
Is that Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, hey, Tepper. No, it's Jeremy Tepper from Outlaw Country, who is
Outlaw Country,
who's promoting Blackberry Smoke at the Beacon Theater here in New York City this Friday night.
Want to bring him in for a second?
So, no, come in, Tepper. Yeah,
we get free tickets. Bring him in.
If I've had a boss in 31 years, this is him.
What the fuck, Henley?
What's up, Tepper? How are you, man?
How about that Blackberry Smoke?
I want to go Friday. Yes, I totally want to go. I want in. Absolutely.
Yes. And we've been giving away.
You got to hook me up. We've been trying. Yeah, we've been pimping for.
Well, not giving away, but
show,
but I guess you get tickets. What, 40% off? 44% off using promo code SiriusXM at Ticketmaster.com.
That's insanely crazy.
Blackberry Smoke at the Beacon Theater this Friday. There, see?
Yeah, we've been pumping their shit over in Outlaw Country too. Right?
Outlaw Country. He just turned. Florentine turned him onto it, and then I started listening to it. But it's some good stuff, man.
I'm only a couple months in.
Yeah, me too. Same thing.
Finally, they're a great band. They're out of Georgia, you know. So
Atlanta boys, right?
Yeah, they're in the tradition of like the Black Crowes and the Georgia Satellites, and it's somewhere where then Southern boys, you know, started listening to Rod Stewart and the Faces. And
I like it. Yeah, I got you. I know what you're saying.
They got a little Allman Brothers to them, a little Leonard Skinner to them, a little 38 Special at times.
Yeah, we had them out on the Outlaw Country Cruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
how was that?
We're bringing them again. They're great, fantastic. Stripped down. They did an acoustic show. We had Steve Earle sit in with them. We had all kinds of shit.
This is like Keith Richards and Mick Jagger sharing a mic when you guys are both leaning in.
You see that?
We're going to sing Happy.
At first, I thought Happy in a second. I thought at first he was trying to make a point by getting close to your face. I'm like, no, he's trying to talk into the mic.
No, I tortured him. I tortured him for 8 months when I worked down here.
He's a pal of Mojo. You know, they go way back.
I'm friends with Mojo Nixon. So anyway,
okay, I don't know Southern code.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to.
You're looking at two guys that get along. See, that's how it is.
Who is
share a mic?
Share a mic.
Sal, my neighbor.
That's like
Sal. Nice to meet you, man. I'm Vic Henley. My pleasure.
What's Sal all about, Tepper?
What's your deal, Sal?
Sal is a bass-playing monster.
All right.
Yeah?
From New York City. Tell him, Sal.
Yeah,
come on, hey.
Who's the best?
On the microphone. Come on.
Played over the years with Roxy Music, Sparks, Cracker, Echo and the Bunnymen, Laura Cantrell.
Oh, I love Laura Cantrell.
Who's the best bass player?
And Milk and Cookies was your original power punk band in the early 1970s. Yeah.
Who's the best bass players of all time? Ant Whistle?
Well, for rock and roll, Ant Whistle, melodic, for melody, McCartney, for funk, I'd say Jameson.
Larry Graham
for slapping, and Whistle, McCartney, those guys are up there. Jocko, of course. Those are the top five, I think.
What's the jazz guy that I'm thinking of that's legendary that I'm forgetting right now?
Stanley Clarke.
There you go. Exactly.
Jocko Pastorius.
No, I was thinking of Stanley Clarke.
Stanley Clarke.
Tepper knows me.
That really is.
Back to your fusion days. Chuck Mangio.
You need him around more often. You're talking to your wife, or you're like, "What is that?" And he jumps in.
I just feel bad for him because he really wanted me to stay and work for him, and I was such a dick the whole time.
And he came over, but he's still here in the building. So we got a great team at Outlaw. We don't need him.
That's right, because they didn't need me. Yeah, they didn't need me.
We're well stocked.
Yes, they're totally fine. Mojo's enough for a whole channel.
We got Johnny Knoxville. We got Shooter Jennings, Steve Earle, Mojo, Elizabeth Cook.
Chris T. I love Elizabeth Cook. We need Elizabeth Cook in this studio.
She is a hoot.
Yes, I know. Get her in here. Yes, you would love Elizabeth Cook. You would totally love her.
She's a hoot.
She is a hoot, man.
Yeah,
she's a gorgeous hoot.
Jiggle on her,
yeah, and she's funny too. She's quick. Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, Tepper. Bye, Sal.
Blackberry
and
Smoke.
Sal.
Blackberry Smoke.
Blackberry
Friday
Friday night at the Beacon Theater.
Yeah.
A lot of us going.
Yeah.
That new album, Like an Arrow, is amazing.
Burn.
You guys,
I drove him crazy.
Why?
Because I wanted a raise and they wouldn't give it to me, and I
wanted to bring that up.
But I knew all.
Open the door.
So
open the door.
What? What are you going to?
Yo, Tepper!
You going to bring him back for this?
Yes.
He's busy. I think he's busy.
Tepper. Why the fuck wouldn't you give Vic Henley a raise?
He couldn't get him to get. He tried to get me a raise.
Let's get this done.
You know the guy down in the corner office.
Oh, Scott?
You're gonna again? Go, yeah. Had nothing to do with Tepper.
Right.
Said, yeah.
All right, I was making sure it wasn't Tepper.
No,
all right,
no,
we're good, Tepper.
That's why I felt bad.
We're good.
I would pull up a fucking truck for you, baby.
Him and Little Steven were going to bat for me.
I like this guy.
I had him and Little Steven going to bat for me.
All right, I'm good.
He's really important here, and Little Steven is fucking Little Steven, and both of them were getting fuck him. We're not giving him a penny.
I've heard the stories the last couple of years. I just want to make sure it wasn't Tepper.
It was never. No, I love Jeremy. That's what I know.
See, the problem is, whatever.
Nah, it's all right.
I said I'd be good today.
You think that was 10 years ago? I'm still mad.
I'll say this much.
I'm channeling Brennan now.
I think I'm being good by saying this. If you're a star, Sirius XM will back up the fucking truck for you.
Oh yeah.
But then, I mean, you're a star in your own right,
of course, but
not a big star. They look at the big stars, and they'll give them anything to be here.
Right. I just hope to be Brennan's.
They don't even give a fuck if they're good on the mic.
I want to be Brennan's valet one day. That's
but that don't work though. The big stars, they don't.
Oh, really, Kevin?
No, maybe remember they gave a shitload of money to Oprah. How'd that work out here?
It's my biggest pet peeve. It doesn't work over and over. I got to stop.
No, because
I said I'd be good today.
I said it to when Brewer and Corielli used to do a show, and then Brewer dropped out. So me and Corielli used to do it, and we were good together. And the fans would always say, "You guys." So I said to Corielli, "I go, why don't you try to pitch us?" Because Corielli was like, just breaking out. He was like, "I'm done with it." Right. So why don't you pitch us? He goes, "They'll never do it because we're not names." I go, "But that's not how radio teams start. Were you guys names when you? Fucking Cumia had a fucking construction job, didn't he, or some shit?
When I met Anthony, he was putting in air conditioners.
Sorry, I got the details wrong. But my point is,
I think you were close.
My point is, it's organic shit. It gets together organically.
Are you yelling again?
I'm not even yelling. I'm 6 feet from the mic.
You're fucking. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Tepper.
It was I love Jeremy.
I'm going with Tepper.
I'm telling you, it wasn't. He's great. He's the best. I can't believe they keep him down here. He's too cool to work here.
Yeah, you guys got a good vibe. You two.
He's a music head. What do you don't like about a music head? He's a good fella.
Vic is a music head,
so
he blows my.
How much do they pay
away.
Like Cousin Brucey? Do they pay him because he's a name? Like, does he just come here to get out of the house, or is he getting any money?
Both.
Like, what the?
Go down the hall and ask him right now.
Absolutely.
Where?
I'm
What
guessing
office?
both.
I'll go down.
He's right there in the corner. It's all glassed
No,
in.
I'm saying the office where they make the decisions.
He's in there interviewing Nick Cannon right now. Cousin Brucey and Nick Cannon are having a summit.
Cousin Brucey and Nick
Show
Cannon.
business is such a fucking joke.
Fuck. Wouldn't that be good?
Got me again.
I know. Wouldn't that be great?
Show business.
Anyway, Trump. What else about Trump these days? I know the FDNY forbids firefighters from hanging pictures of Trump.
Why?
They're pissed off.
Oh, they don't like him?
Well, what do you think if they're not allowing the pictures to be?
Why do they care? Why do they not like them?
Do they have pictures of Obama? Is it wrong? Can't you put the president in the firehouse?
Well, angering. Okay, only the FDNY wouldn't want the democratically elected president of America hanging in a firehouse, said one firefighter. Yeah, the firefighters are pissed off. The firefighters should be able to hang whatever the fuck they want. The PC shit has hit the firehouses too.
I don't get it.
The firehouse is supposed to be a symbol of America. That's hard to believe when you can't post a picture of the president.
Let me ask the Democrats.
Huh?
Let me ask the Democrats something, because I'm not either anymore. I can't take it. But let me ask the Democrats. I know before the election, you guys are really worried about where trannies went to the bathroom. Is that your still pet peeve? You know what I mean? See how shit changes? Where because the priorities of the Democratic Party was well, what about the trannies go to the bathroom? And I said on my podcast, if I say to my kids what I would say to a tranny, go to the bathroom before you leave the house. Then maybe you don't have to worry about going to the bathroom when you're out. Anyway, the point is, Democrats are fucking idiots.
Right.
So they're like, what about people transgender? Where are they going to go to the bathroom? And now they're just worried about fucking more meat and potato shit. Now that they push the shit too far, which every party does. Whenever parties in power for 2 terms, they get greedy. They start grabbing for shit that nobody gives a fuck about. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb.
All right. Well, Trump's pushing back on the whole PC culture.
Yeah, that's why. That was part of it. When the DNC at the convention, they have a Muslim up there making him like a hero. You can try it, but people don't think Muslims are fucking heroes in this country. So there's going to be a backlash to all the bullshit that you're shoving down people's throat. What's that guy from Alabama was here right now? What's that guy Charles, the guy whose daughter's a lesbian? He would agree with me. The point is that.
What?
Chuck from Norton.
Chuck called earlier. We never got to him because you were almost beat up by Club Soda Canning. So Chuck, if you want to call back, that'd be great.
The point is the Democrats, they got greedy, and then they're pushing for all this shit that people are like, come on, man, seriously.
Yeah. Well, what's going on with the FDNY? I didn't know they weren't allowed to hang shit up in the firehouses. Today, I received the call from Borough and Division in regards to material posted about election. One unit was driving around with mask of Trump on front of rig, and they had another complaint about material posted in firehouse. People are complaining about stuff they see in a firehouse?
I'm sure whatever.
Posting of these materials is not in compliance with regs. Please make sure apparatus and quarters are clear of this material. We do not want to see anyone get in trouble for this.
This is probably related.
So if you're a fireman and you support Trump, you can't put something up in your locker?
Well, how are you going to get in trouble if you're a fireman?
What, are you kidding me?
No, they can't get in trouble.
I'm sure they could get in trouble.
Were they going to take their hose away?
Well, I'm sure they can tell them to go fuck themselves.
No, they can't get fired. How do you get in trouble? It's like me getting in trouble with Club Soda Kenny. I don't work here. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? You can't get in trouble if you're a fireman. They'd be like, take it down. Okay, I'll take it down.
I would assume there'd be some problems.
This could go back to, what if this goes back to back in the 70s and they had a pancake breakfast for the community and somebody got offended by the titty picture that was hanging up at the firehouse. So they had to make a rule.
Right.
And now you can't put up any shit anywhere since the 70s or whenever that might have been. And so if they want to put up a picture of this, now they're going to pull out that archaic rule or something.
Well, did you see
Maybe it's just that. I don't know.
But the office shit, we've talked about it. You're not even allowed some of these places to put up pictures of your family because there's someone at work that can't have a family.
Of course, right? I know.
How does that make sense?
I know. I'm mad.
No, that's funny. That's funny.
That's hilarious. But it was a story. It was an actual story.
It's true.
No, because I wanted.
It was an actual story. That's crazy.
When I do stand up now,
you're not rubbing it in the lady's face like,
you're barren
look what
womb.
You can't have.
No, that's what I say now. If I talk to a couple that's married and I say you got kids, they go no. If they're married a certain amount of time, I go, are you barren? And the crowd always laughs. The crowd always laughs.
That's a good joke.
But women that's why I say it because it's so horrific to be like, oh my God, you said she was barren. So I guess that's the same thing at the office. I'm barren. Don't mock me. I'm not mocking you. I just putting up my family. I love my family.
I would almost understand if you were the asshole at work doing that, rubbing it in someone's face. But if you just have a picture on your desk, holy fuck.
If you go up with a picture of your kids and shove it in their face and make them smell it or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think I just said that. In a different way.
Are you barren? That's good.
That's a funny line. FDNY spokesman Jim Long said the department just wants firefighters to stay out of politics. What the fuck? The message specifically to its time was to remain out of the political scene and out of the political field. The message went out. All right.
Yeah, but nobody's out of politics now. Thanks to Facebook and Twitter, everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you stay out of politics? Everybody thinks they have to have their opinion.
No one can stay out of politics.
You're not supposed to talk about it, but, whatever.
Let's see, what else? Cruz, that's unbelievable because they fucking hate each other.
Mm-hmm. Well, then he's going to make Marco Rubio Secretary of the Treasury. You just go down the line of the 18 idiots that he motherfucked and give them all something.
You want some more of the Trump stories? There's a whole list.
Yeah.
And Kasich, he'll never give Kasich anything.
Kasich supposedly came around and congratulated him, though.
Well, what choice did he have? It's like I congratulate Jeff Ross when I see him. I hate his guts.
What are you congratulating him for, by the way?
Because he's doing well.
Because he's the ugliest man in show business, and he's on TV. I thought I've never seen the day a guy that ugly would be regularly on TV.
So that's what you congratulate him for?
Yeah, I go.
You
did the impossible. You're a -1 looks wise, and you're on TV occasionally.
That's great. What else?
Fugly.
What else in Trump world? Oh, 3 NBA teams boycotting Trump hotels.
Oh, God.
Yeah, how about that? How about the thing with Phil Jackson saying the posse?
I don't get that. LeBron James is pissed off.
No, because the black players refer to as posse. That's where he got it from. He's not trying to be disrespectful.
No, Phil Jackson's been around basketball his entire life. He understands the culture. He wouldn't just say something stupid.
Yeah, and he's a straight shooter. That's why people like him.
What did he say? LeBron James and his posse?
No, he said LeBron James always had a big posse with him, whatever. Right. But he was just talking. He wasn't even talking like it was. He was just telling a story or his opinion on something.
He was trying to say LeBron's mom has a big pussy. Was what he was trying to say.
He should have just said that. No, but I mean, it's like again, you can't say anything, and then the guy gets mad. But
why is LeBron James mad that Phil Jackson?
No, because
because he's touchy now too. I guess.
No, because he's a role model for black people. Yeah, so he's like, I got to stand up for myself.
Stupid white guy say, "Hey, look at my posse."
He's out of date with his comment. Phil Jackson is an older dude. He's out of date with his posse.
But not by much. He's still around these guys.
Well,
they call it a posse.
I think he thought he was on the Arsenio Hall show and had a flashback and said, "My posse."
No, go down.
Or his posse.
Hold on. It says LeBron and Phil Jackson. I had nothing but respect for him as a coach. Then the guy interviewing him said, "Had respect, LeBron, yeah." And then the guy said, "Until now." And then LeBron said, "Yeah." So now he's fucking pissed off and doesn't respect
you can hear him saying
anymore.
It if you want to hear it, maybe.
Well, God, but we are just fucking sensitive. Are we going to have to give LeBron James a therapy dog?
He needs
to get over this?
A safe space and a therapy dog and some marshmallow peeps.
A therapy dog. That'd be great if you gave him a therapy dog. Ted Cruz should give him a therapy dog.
I wonder if Trump's going to get a dog. A lot of times when they get in office, they get a dog.
Because people are just losing their minds now. LeBron James understands perfectly what Phil Jackson was doing. Phil Jackson wasn't trying to be a dick to LeBron James.
But a little bit, Phil Jackson was like a little bit like LeBron is high maintenance. That's what basically he was implying. So LeBron has to go like, listen, and listen, if you're black, you can make anything. You can make anything. I've been disrespected. You know what I mean? I get it. So that's why I always do it as much as I can, because I just go right for the meat of the thing, because they can find anything with anything, anything you say.
Lewis thinks it's stupid. Whose side is Lewis on there, Eric?
He's on Phil Jackson's side.
Yeah, of course.
I think we have a token black man that can.
Yeah, I forgot Lewis was there. I wouldn't have just said what I said.
Get the fuck.
No, I love black people. Hey, Lewis.
Lewis knows this shit.
Right.
And Lewis, publicly, I want to thank you for your email, sir. That was mentioned earlier in the show.
It was all truthful.
All right. So what do you got on this situation?
He's being a fucking baby. He's being a complete baby. It's not like he said LeBron. Yeah, it's not like he said gang of Negroes or fucking hoodlums or anything like that was really badly racial.
Crowd of jigaboos.
Yeah, anything. That was nothing.
I thought you would like that.
Isn't that a band out of Nashville? Crowd of jigaboos.
Bluegrass band.
Bluegrass band.
And they sell out everywhere. Below the Mason-Dixon line.
Pack it out. Can't get a T-shirt.
They pack it out. What the fuck, dude?
But you're talking about a coach who's coached Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, two of the best basketball players.
Who is LeBron's hero, I believe.
Right.
MJ, right?
Right. So don't you think something racial would have come out maybe over that 3 decades of him coaching?
Sure. Exactly.
Right. So you sit here, you're the face of basketball, you're the face of black men looking up to you everywhere because you're the man, and you act like a little bitch on TV.
And to your point, he's like the black guy now that Obama's kind of a lame duck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's all falling on LeBron.
I mean, once Obama's gone, there's no black senators. There's no, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of representation for black people.
They got the best role model.
He's like a black superhero.
They got Jay-Z.
No, but he's
Jay-Z.
It's a different thing.
Even Lewis said, "Fuck Jay-Z."
I mean, LeBron's a winner.
Jay-Z.
LeBron's just a winner. So
LeBron is a winner,
and he's been classy and he's good at business. He's just a winner. You know, he came back to Cleveland and he's a winner. So if he says something, it carries a lot of weight. You know?
It does. But I am sick of him being a sensitive little bitch because he's a sensitive bitch on the basketball court.
Ooh.
You touch him the wrong way, he falls backwards. He's the flopper. He's the biggest flopper in the NBA.
Worse than Vlade Divac.
Oh, that's a close one. That's good.
Best flopper of all time.
Vlade knew how to flop.
Greatest flopper of all time.
But you know what? To defend LeBron, when he was on teams that were losing, they used to beat the shit out of him because he would have to shoot too much and go to the. You know, when he played for Cleveland, they had nobody else to go to, so they would beat the shit out of him, and he wouldn't get all the calls. So I think it stems from that, where he always felt like he was a victim, and then black people, you guys were slaves. So what the fuck? No, I'm just being ridiculous. But point is, it's easy. It was easy for him because he was young and strong, and they would beat the shit out of him when he went to the rack.
100%. But everybody had to go through that.
But now he's older, and he's like, respect that. I gotta get the calls. I gotta get the calls that Jordan always got when he got the calls.
He gets more calls than Jordan. He gets more
think
calls
so?
than anybody almost.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Than Jordan?
Yeah, 100%. He's been to the free throw line more than Jordan has, and I think that's now.
Wow. Okay. And what place is he in all-time scoring?
That I'm not too sure.
Most points for his age, right?
Is he out the top?
No, definitely.
Is he in the top 10 yet? Maybe.
Yeah, he's probably 5
10th
or 4.
or 11th. Maybe.
I was just looking at this the other day.
I know. Kareem,
he's not 4.
I know Kareem's first.
No, he's 4. I bet he's 4.
No, he's not.
I guess 10th or 11th. Where is he? I guess 10 or 11.
He's still got to get past Elvin Hayes, Moses Malone, Shaq, Dirk Nowitzki, Will Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He's the only active one on that
I
list.
think I'm thinking playoffs.
Dirk Nowitzki.
I think in playoffs he's 4th.
Dirk might squeeze past Will Chamberlain, huh?
Yeah, he could do that this year.
He might squeeze past.
No.
Not this year.
Remember when Dirk married the crazy woman, or had that whole? It was almost like she was like a psycho stripper lady that he had.
No, I don't.
Oh God, I just ruined it because that's basically all I know about it.
You should look it up though. We got the Google.
Yes, she tricked him into like she was like a stripper whore nut job.
She said she was pregnant.
And she said she was like a real person, and he found out that she was not only not pregnant, but that she was like a stripper whore crackhead idiot, and he had to like shun her and get away from her. It was almost like
but
a stalking.
He married her?
No. He was going to. They were dating.
Okay.
They were dating, and then he found out it was all a big lie, and she was just a crackhead stripper whore.
Wow. Where'd he meet her? At a club?
Hell yeah, in Dallas.
At a strip club?
Come on in Dallas. There you go.
Crystal Taylor.
There she is. Texas, titty bar capital of the goddamn free world.
Oh, what's wrong with him?
Oh.
Yeah.
She looks all banged up.
Because she's like a crackhead.
Yeah, but that's her mugshot.
That's Chris Bosh.
Okay, Paul.
Wow. Oh, man. We found your strength.
And he didn't even have to say.
Visuals on the radio.
He didn't even have to yell it to get a laugh.
He nailed it.
No, he did nail it. That was funny.
What else about Trump? Doctor accused of refusing care to anti-Trump patient. This shit's going on.
What now? Sorry.
Wouldn't you be better off, though? Doctor accused of refusing care to anti-Trump patient.
That's not allowed, I would think.
No, it's not allowed. That's why I think this guy's in
against
trouble.
the old Hippocratic Oath.
Or maybe it's a female doctor. I
mean,
don't know.
Hers, him, somebody's oath.
Then you got a man gunned down outside bar after he joked about voting for Trump.
This is getting ugly.
You think?
I said yesterday on here, hypothetically, I'm like, I bet they're not doing any of this shit in Birmingham, Alabama. And then someone sent me an email and said, they are.
It's happening.
And they went like 60% from Alabama.
The people who support Trump are getting beat up?
No, I said to him yesterday that I don't know.
They are.
In states that he might have kicked ass in, I wonder if they're protesting there. The people that don't like him are protesting like the ones that don't like him here.
That was my point, because all the protests were in Chicago, Los Angeles, Miami, all where he has support.
Well, I said about Birmingham, and somebody answered me and said he had support in Alabama. He won 60%, and yet I guess people in Birmingham there's enough of them there that are pissed off that are saying "fuck him" down there.
And they're marching in the streets.
He said there was a rally in Birmingham. Now, I don't know. This is just what somebody emailed me, but
Trump doesn't have the support of the big cities.
That's what I'm saying. They go against Trump. They're going against Trump where Trump is not winning. So it's like you're preaching to the choir. So go where they're not. Go where.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he won in Alabama, and yet I guess there's enough disgruntled anti-Trump people that they were protesting in Birmingham.
I heard the numbers were down last night. I was talking to someone that was outside Trump Tower. They said the numbers are down.
Dwindling
a little
Well, go on home.
What numbers are down?
Go on home.
The protests here in New York. They've been outside Trump Tower
of course
for 8 straight days.
They go down because then they realize they can't do anything, and everyone starts, whatever.
Call all the Occupy people and ask them how that shit works out.
Plus, when the weather changes, there's going to be no marches,
and then people are like, "Fuck this."
No, it's that simple.
Cold.
Although they're trying to get 1 million people down at the inaugural, right?
Yeah.
For what?
Some kind of march?
Yeah, they'll do it for the pub. But I'm saying, like, even when it snows here, less people get murdered. Did you know that?
They have a women's march.
When the weather sucks, people don't go outside. They don't murder.
I know when it gets hot. I know when it gets hot, the opposite happens.
Yeah, because
they're the roof.
Yeah, right. Do the right thing, baby.
Right, because they're all outside.
What else about the Trump Tower? It's a nightmare for New York City. And they're saying it might destroy Tiffany and Gucci's business. That's a headline today.
No, he can write a check for that.
And it's probably going to knock your pumpkin story off the front page.
You're such a dick. Bravo to Kevin Brennan. That's our music. We're out of here, Kevin.
For real?
Yeah.
It's a 10-minute song?
No, get your plugs in.
Oh.
Serious, go. Tell him.
MLC YouTube. Go to YouTube. You guys all familiar with YouTube. Go to MLC Podcast. All the shows are free. We're doing the podcast now. We do a video, but really it's about the live show we did on September 13th. It's a smash hit. It was a great show. I watched it again before we released it. It was fucking great. Anyway, and a lot of guest stars. I already named them. And then
tonight on the Red Eye.
And tonight on Red Eye, and then I'll probably punch Lou Dobbs in the fucking face
for not being Bernard
just to go viral. And
just headlock him and do a selfie.
Poor Lou Dobbs.
That's what you ought to do.
He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Is that it? Kevin Brennan 666 on the Twitter.
Yeah, let's get some Twitter followers. Kevin Brennan 666.
But now I'm gonna push Club Soda Kenny's fucking Twitter. We got a battle
contest
among us.
Kenny's on his phone right now. I can see out the window.
Club Soda Kenny on Twitter. Let's get him more followers than Kevin Brennan. Vic Henley, what do you got?
I got Gotham Comedy Club tomorrow night in New York City and Comic Strip Live on Friday and Saturday.
All right.
Unless I'm getting out of the Friday, though. I'm going to Blackberry Smoke.
You should. That's going to be amazing at the Beacon Theater.
If I can.
Eric, are we good? I think we're good for now, right?
Thumbs up.
Fuck it. See you tomorrow.